saying that. Yeah, we're just gonna drink on this constantly.
We didn't.
But
we didn't.
What are you talking about? You tell me you're a YouTuber. You're all YouTubers, and you don't constantly drink.
No.
Cocaine addictions, then.
Okay, no. We would be imprisoned super fast in Japan.
Oh yeah, shit, Japan. I mean, not cocaine addictions.
Not even that I want to, by the way. I just want to preface that I do not want to, but even if I did, we would be fucked.
Yes.
One sec. Does anyone got a tissue? He's got a hang boogie that's pissing me off. You get it? Oh, yuck. Yuck.
So-
You're waiting for the tissue, brother? He's got it. Don't worry. He doesn't need a tissue.
The bat in the cage.
Speaking
is
of,
No!
I would like one, thank you.
I got it.
I'll take a tissue. There you go.
speaking about drinking, is that is a huge part of your brand. You know, as you get older, you do worry. You're like, man, should I drink less? Do you ever have a concern where you're like, man, maybe we would just fucking drink way too much on this
We,
show?
specifically me, a lot actually have been having that, like, battle,
Realization?
like, realization because I'm 28 now.
Yeah.
And it actually, like, I love drinking. I still love drinking. I love.
I do too. I do too.
I love.
I mean, we're doing it now, man.
I can't like express how much I love drinking, but I hate
The
drinking
dependence.
and then having to like worry about work because we drink.
Yeah.
It comes to like an end of recording. I'm worried. I'm like, oh, did this go right? Oh, did I say this? Like, oh, did I upset this person? Because you know. And it's
Yeah, you
just
don't want to be a
like-
dick. 'Cause you
Yeah,
compete on
yeah,
those
yeah,
stuff, right?
and like I'm drunk, but I'm trying to work at the same time. So it used to be a lot easier because it'd just be three of us. It'd be like me, Scott, and Max.
Yeah.
Right.
Filming these videos, and now we've got like a whole production team. Like we got editors, we got like a fucking
Yeah.
writer, and they're all there. And it's like I can't get drunk and then like try call the shots because I'm fucking drunk. So
Yeah.
What about the health?
Yeah, I wondered if there's like, it's, I mean, any kind any kind of approach to it. Like, is it health? Is there like a business? You know, is there a thing of like, hey, we can't do this for like 10 more years?
Yeah.
Like,
the health thing, I don't really care if I die. but there is, I definitely have had the conversation with myself. Like, I think there's some weeks where I've gone, we can't drink that much this week because I like feel like shit, and we definitely dialed it back. Like we still drink a lot, but like when we started, it was like
Every episode.
every episode was like a blackout. Like we
Now,
went.
Well, yeah, it seems
now
like
it's,
it,
Now
yeah.
it's sort of just like
get tipsy.
which episodes are the ones that you need to drink in? Then because
Is that because the content is just like not as engaging? You
no,
feel?
because there's stuff that the content is turning children's toys into drinking games or something like
okay,
that.
that makes
Trying
sense,
to
yeah.
avoid it.
Celebrity alcohols and
Yeah,
stuff.
Right,
trying
right.
celebrity
Yeah.
alcohol. Everything else that's not that now, we try to basically remove it from.
So you
as
kind of
much
just
as
like
possible.
sprinkle it throughout the schedule, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So you're like, we're getting blackout drunk for this one, this
Yeah.
one.
Also,
This one, we're just getting like slightly
I still
tipsy.
really like socially drinking. I love socially drinking.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So I don't want to and I can't do it more than once a week because I'm older. I'm like, I was hangovers last for days. Like another thing is if I drink on a Thursday, I write off my next day. So like,
Yeah.
Bro,
that is-
same here. That's when I stopped having to like, you know, calm down the drinking as well. I remember so vividly, like when I was like in my early 20s or something, I was like drinking, and my cousin's like, "You're gonna know when you're old when a hangover lasts more than one day." I'm just like,
I didn't know that could happen. That was fucked up when I found out that happened.
I was like, yo, bet, I'm never going to get old. And I remember I was like 26 or something. And I woke up the day afterwards. And I'm like, fuck. Oh, shit, he was right. I'm getting old. And yeah, it's like now now I'm 30. And I'm like, fuck, I can't.
You're 30?
I'm 32.
You're fucking old, bro. What the fuck?
I don't want to hear that from you.
Shit. I'm so sorry.
He looks the youngest out of all of us, though. It's not fair.
I mean,
No, you all look
Are
relatively
you
old.
the youngest?
You're the youngest.
Yeah, I'm
aren't you?
26.
no. Yeah.
He's the
But
youngest.
he's the youngest. He's the middle child.
Same age as you. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
So,
Sorry, brother.
We're white. We age horribly. We age like they got Asian genes. It's unfair.
I don't know. I have not. I mean, I don't think I have. I look at photos of me from 10 years ago. I'm like, I still look the same.
It's fucked up.
I don't feel
No,
the same.
you don't.
You don't
Well,
think
the
so?
beard did wonders for you, though.
Yeah, that covers up
Yeah.
all the fucking battle scars.
Wait, how old are you, Max?
30 soon.
Oh, okay. I think you
Oh.
said 32 there. I was like,
No,
oh.
almost 30.
That's crazy though, because to think of like you mentioned, like you started doing YouTube in 2007. That's
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, that's very young.
yeah, that makes sense.
We've known each other for 11 years now.
Did you guys meet through YouTube?
Chad can tell you how we
Oh,
Okay.
I follow him on Facebook when he used to have a Facebook. This was before Twitter was a thing. He used to
I
post
I
videos.
basically just had like a a normal Facebook account. That I was
just,
like
add
everyone
me.
on my YouTube add me on Facebook. It was literally just that until it reached like the cap. Or
I
whatever.
just commented on his thing. I was like, "You want some Diablo gold?" And then
Sorry, you said that again.
I said, "You want some Diablo gold?"
Oh my god.
Diablo
I was
gold.
bribed
playing,
him?
I
You
was playing
bribed him?
Diablo at the time or something, unrelated, and then Chad commented on one of my statuses or something like, "Do you want some gold?"
Yo, you're a huge gamer, right?
I still
You-
am.
Yeah.
He's a double Warglaive warrior.
I'm a double Warglaive warrior, bro.
Right, yeah, like MMOs, right?
Yeah, I still play MMOs. It does nothing.
That's-
I'm getting older. I
that's
can't,
DJing, dude.
I can't play games as good as I used to.
What do you mean as good?
I
As much
I
or as
used to be
good?
great at League. I queued up for a game of League the other day. Fucking, I can't play for shit. I was like, what happened to my brain? Oh, the alcohol. The alcohol. That's right.
You gotta drink one before getting in the queue.
So yeah, and I still play like MMOs because it's more of like a social thing because like
Yeah.
all my guildies are all like Melbourne based. We're still like really good like players and we kill it every weekend.
That's when like World of Warcraft and stuff like sounds fun. When you like actually get like meaningful kind of friendships and bonds from it.
Oh, we did like a guild meetup for Wrath of the Lich King launch and we like
Yes, that sounds
Airbnb
fucking sick.
and,
That sounds
like,
that sounds so
hell
fun.
yeah.
hot tub and
Yeah.
like cocaine and like we just did a 3-day binge of like fucking playing like World of Warcraft and that was good. And they're like some of my like closest friends and there's some people that I've known in my guild for like 15, 16 years, even longer than that. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it's kind of
Okay, so you sent Max a message asking if
Oh,
he
yeah.
wanted some gold.
yeah, and then you
And
know
then-
we connect and I lied through my teeth and ended up meeting him and
You didn't give him the gold?
Chad
I gave him the
literally
gold.
lied.
I got- I gave him the gold.
Why? What did you lie about?
I said, yeah, man, I'm a fucking
Chad-
professional gamer, brother. Like,
He literally said that to make himself seem interesting enough for me to like care. I think he was like, "Oh, I just got done playing like League in Japan or something,
Yeah.
something like that."
I don't think Japan has pro games.
You said some shit about
Does
how
Japan-
you
yeah.
literally toured around like or some shit because you played so well and you were like almost.
But I was good at League, but I was
Yes, the
And I
one
was
country
like,
on earth they don't give a
cool.
fuck about
Yeah.
League.
Yeah.
And then we met, and then because I came here because I had family that lived in Perth, and then I flew there, and then I went back home for a little bit and like finished like school and shit like that, and then I moved back to Perth. I kind of like. I grew up in like a small town. I didn't want to be there anymore.
Yeah.
So I like just was speaking to Max still, and then I ended up flying back to Perth, and then
Well, you're both from Perth, right?
no, I'm from Queensland.
Oh, you're from Queensland.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And then we just kept in contact, and then
Yeah.
he started
And then
using me as a guinea pig. In
well, we
videos.
needed like a meat mogul. We needed like a
A human
we
experiment.
needed someone for the Filthy Frank videos to, torture.
Yeah.
Was that okay? I'm gonna ask.
That's where
So how did that come about?
That's where Chad's name came from. Anything for
yeah,
views
Anything for
is
Views.
from a Filthy Frank video.
Yeah,
So is that-
He was the character as, hey, this is anything for views. Like he would do fucking anything.
Was there any kind of application process, or was it like, what will he
yeah,
do?
it
Prove
was-
it, prove it,
well,
like
Max was like, I
hazing.
know a
It was just
guy.
like, yeah, I know a guy who would probably do it.
Wait, wait.
I know.
Okay, wait. Well, how did this conversation come about? Was it like, what video were you making? You were like, all right, I need a guy to just do
What was the
something fucking like.
What was the first video? Do you remember that you were in? Like the
The
Frank
first
stuff?
video I did was
I don't think it was the.
I can't
tattoo.
remember. I can't fucking remember.
Was it the PewDiePie tattoo?
Can we get that out?
I think people like that was like the first video where the name was in it, but I was in some other videos of yours.
Right.
Oh yeah, that is where the character came from.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
from-
yeah.
it's from-
Yeah, I
Right.
couldn't tell you when the first video was.
Can we
but-
see the tattoo or?
Oh, I mean, can I show it?
Yeah, go ahead. Show it. I'll show
There's
it.
some more there that will like never
This
release.
is for the, this is for the Patreon, by the way,
Oh
guys.
my god! What are we?
I haven't seen it.
Oh my god!
I had a long shower.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Yeah, I see. I see it very clearly. Very clearly.
Frank, there one that never got used. Is that this cheek?
Oh my god!
Oh
Oh my god!
This episode is sponsored by Bessie Shoes. Boys, my feet are feeling very lonely right now.
Oh my god, Joey!
So,
I always wondered when you were on those videos, was there like, did you have some goal in mind, or were you just like, I just got asked to do this weird thing, I'll just fucking do it, or did you always want to kind of get a following of
I
some
never
sort?
wanted to do YouTube.
Okay.
I think I said that a lot. I want to stream. I want to be a streamer.
Well, you were, right?
I
for a while.
was.
We can get into that later.
Yeah.
It's not really much. There's not much to get into. That website fucking sucks anyway.
Fuck this fucking.
Yeah, fuck this fucking overly progressive losers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, it's
stream on Twitch.
There's a lot more to it. Than
Yeah, I
that.
know.
But obviously, I won't say it on camera. But yeah, that they owe me money. Like, so you know, fuck them. So no, they're alright. They're having a crack. But yeah, I wanted to be a streamer, and that was like where I started.
Well, I guess that it lines up more with kind of the MMO kind of sphere.
Well,
right?
yeah,
It was way more
I
streaming,
loved games, and I still played heaps of games, and I remember watching like Kriparian, if you know who that is.
Yep,
and,
I watched his Hearthstone.
like, yeah, and like because I watched him back in Diablo Day when I was heavy in Diablo, so I was like, oh, I just want to be a fucking streamer. Like, I'm great at these games. I could do better if I like committed.
I'll do anything for views.
Yeah, and then I did that, and then I started streaming, and then I kind of realized I didn't like playing video games on stream anymore, and then I was like, I'll do IRL, and then
I have a memory of clicking on one of your streams in the early days, and it said 0 viewers, or it said 1, but you were still narrating like, "Hey guys,
God, what? There's nothing wrong with practicing.
I know, but it's just like
The
it's
worst
just
thing is
funny
you-
to like
yeah.
think about that as
very
like
cute.
as a moment in time compared to like now.
But you
where
click on like
we're
most
at.
streams that have like 2 views, and they are people just not talking because they're
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
no one's here, so I'm not going to
Right.
talk.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, so
yeah, you didn't got what it takes. You gotta talk.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, I was
Already made
doing.
it.
I was basically doing what we're doing on Cold Ones. I was just getting drunk every night and like playing Mario Kart. And people, I don't know, for some reason, people love a really drunk guy playing Mario Kart.
Oh, yeah.
So that was like the first thing, and then I played some WoW, and I played some other games, and then I started. Then they brought out IRL, and then people like figured out there was apps on the phone. It was scuffed as.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
was
still
like-
kind of
It's
a little
still-
bit
yeah,
scuffed, but it's
yeah.
gotten a lot better.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, so you're telling me I can get paid to take my phone out in public, be a nuisance, and get drunk? And people were like, yeah, I'll donate to see that. And I was like, fucking say less. Say less.
I mean, yeah, that first wave of IRL content was
That was something.
well, it was something. It was definitely weird,
Yeah.
really
Well,
weird time.
there hasn't been anything like it since, because it's like, I don't know.
Well, it's
I don't know
the
if you guys
climate,
are the
yeah.
same, but with like videos and streaming, every time
Yeah.
you do something sort of innovating, because that's what it was at the time. It was like something new.
Yeah.
You have to one up yourself each time. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's such
Yeah,
a new
yeah.
thing. So
course.
that some people went down the wrong path, me being one of them. I know a couple other mates that went down the wrong path. They're like,
Well, I mean, the IRL in general at that time was kind of all about drinking and
Swatting.
and then
Yeah.
trying to pick up girls or whatever. It was a
Yeah.
really weird time. It's cleaned up a lot, luckily.
yeah,
So
thankfully, yeah.
I'm someone who's not so in touch with like the streamer
Okay, yeah.
history.
This is a whole-
Can you break down what this era is for me, someone who doesn't know?
I mean, you pretty know better than me.
It was
observed
it was
all of
essentially an era where people were like loved observing other people's life through a camera. It was just like Big Brother 2.0.
right.
But like,
and-
it was always degenerate.
But
stuff.
it had to be degenerate. Like it had to be, or else it wasn't
People
going to
wanted
climb.
the train wreck.
Yeah,
Or
yeah, they wanted to watch the
chance
train
to
wreck.
see something
Right.
fucked happen, and to pay for donations that are blasting out into a public space is another huge sort of thing.
And
Right.
like Ice Poseidon did like an RV trip, and I was on one of them. And it's just a fucking train wreck. They like find people on the streets, like not on the streets, but they find like fucked people on the internet, and they're like, oh, let's just bring this train wreck of a person with us on this RV because you know it's going to go south. You know it's going to be content. Yeah, it's not morally right, but they're like, but money, you know. So
Right.
Yeah, it's like Big Brother, but without like the whole vetting process.
Yeah.
It's like just get the just bring the fucking craziest
Someone paid
dude
off the
in.
guy.
Yeah. Let's
But
just bring him
obviously,
in.
now, because it was such a new thing, there was no rules for it. So you could get away with doing stupid shit like that. But now there's obviously hard rules on
Terms of
each platform. You
services.
can't do it anymore. But people are still trying to capture that old essence of it. Sam Hyde's doing
The fish tank.
a fish tank. It's the same thing. He's got a bunch of live cameras in a house 24/7. The other day, there was just some guy jerking off on the couch. Like,
Yeah, that is definitely like early fucking Twitch days.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Is this kind of getting like a comeback from Kick? Because I've seen like articles every now and again. I don't know what's going
I
on.
think it's kind of like revital. I think a lot of those like IRL streamers from back in that period
Yeah.
who were, you know, as a result banned off Twitch
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah.
Go ahead.
have
It's
now
good.
kind of like resurfaced
I
on
love
Kick
this.
because Kick, I feel like at least right now,
It's still
the
really new,
environment
right?
is kind of like just the Wild West.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
it has to be because it's a new platform. They don't want to put all these rules in place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the main problems though is that when you have like content like that, it has to be viewer funded
Yeah.
because you can't rely
Yeah.
on brands, right? And
Yeah,
when
yeah.
viewer funded, we're talking about way less money.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why Twitch started like pulling the plug on stuff.
Yeah,
'cause
when
it
you
was
have
like,
to,
well, you're
right?
not making us more money than we'd make from running
Yeah.
an end video ad on the website
Yeah.
or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Like, what was that clip of that streamer in Japan who was just like making a nuisance of himself?
The guy
like,
lived in Japan for 8
Oh.
years.
Yeah, it
he
was like-
he was someone from
he was on-
Iceland.
yeah, he was on-
Oh, was he actually?
Stream, yeah.
because
Suspenders.
I can't remember what his name is.
I don't
his
fucking
name.
know.
Yeah, that's his username.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Suspend-
But yeah,
Yeah.
he was on. There was like a clip of him on a train because you have like text. I did an IRL stream in Japan, but I wasn't fucked. I didn't do text to speech in Japan because I know that is
Yeah.
fucked up. I'm in a foreign country. I did IRL streams, had a lot of fun there, but
Yeah.
you can do text to speech donations on the shoulder, which
Yeah.
I used to do. But he had no filters on it, so it was playing like all this scuff, like
You just
heavy
played like
bass.
Skrillex on
Yeah.
a train.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then just the thing that blew my mind is that he got in an altercation and then he'd been living there for 8 years and
He's
did
like,
not say a
"Speak
single.
English."
Yeah, he said speak fucking English. Like
No,
what
the best part was like the suspenders was like speak fucking English, and then the Japanese guy was like speak fucking Japanese.
And the guy,
like
and,
a
the,
total
and the
mode.
Japanese guy had like perfect English. Like
Yeah,
he said,
yeah,
he
yeah,
said
yeah.
American.
He said that in English. Yeah.
I was like, hang on, why could the Japanese guy speak better English than you?
But it's like such a pathetic existence to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like you're just like a sad live leak wannabe.
Listen,
like,
bro,
it's
I
just-
was like 1 week away from becoming that. So, you know, come on, let him grind.
yeah, but I think
It's funny to what? It's funny to what?
That's the redemption.
go.
You've
Let him
had
go.
the redemption.
redemption. How many people at the same time who went down that path would have had like turned it around? Like 0.1%.
No.
I didn't turn it around. I just got banned at a perfect time.
Do you think
It's like, right? Shit.
do you think getting banned kind of like helped though? Kind of may help you figure out a better direction?
I think it was a sign from God.
I might have been. It might have been.
That was like an actual.
Yeah, I
Let me
mean,
help you out.
I mean, yeah, it was just like a point in my life where I was like, oh, okay, like I moved to Melbourne after that, and I had some other stuff I was doing, and then met Scott,
Yeah.
who does cool shirts. He's like the cool shirts
Oh,
guy,
yeah?
and he like helped direct our videos and everything like that. And then he was like, oh, let's do a podcast. It's fucking easy.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I mean, why not? So we did a podcast, and then Max did one with me, and Max was like, oh, yeah, we did a full-time thing. And then COVID happened, we're like, oh, no more podcasts. And then now we do
Which
videos.
again was another like perfect thing
Mm.
because that was the only reason we stopped doing them really, and then started focusing on all the content that was supposed to be like the filler,
Yeah.
which is
Right.
now the main point
content.
and if you
Right.
looked at Cold Ones, you would be like, this is like that's their main stuff.
Yeah.
But originally it was like it's.
I mean, there's
supposed to
only
be guest
so
episodes.
much as a podcast as we know as well that you can clickbait.
Mm.
There's
Right.
only so many views you can get on like a 1 hour, 2 hour video.
Yeah.
Like, those 10-minute or 20-minute easy to digest videos with like really crazy
Right.
shit happening. It's way easier to reach a bigger audience.
Mm.
But obviously it's a different product, right? So
Yeah, it's a totally different kind of content. So, how did the idea of Cold Ones like come about? Was it like Scott's idea, or was it just?
Well, I mean, Scott, essentially was like, oh, I got this video idea where
We
I
like
really want to do. Because he wanted to do a video where we went on Fiverr and commissioned shirts. And then
Yeah.
we did that one, and then the next video I did was yours, where you're like, oh, the Fiverr shirt video does so well, let's order a bunch of like shitty drinking games off Wish.
Yeah.
And then we did that, and
Okay, I
then
love
those two
Wish
videos
videos.
did so well. Like, we're like, why the fuck are we doing podcasts?
I do love milking
Didn't
Wish
we-
reviews.
Didn't we? Didn't we get crack pipes or something?
Yeah, from
you
Wish,
did.
from Wish. That was
What
in
was
the-
that? We got McDonald's bongs or something, and then didn't Wish tell us that there was a surge in sales for that
Yeah,
item or something? And then they were like, we want to sponsor you.
Yeah.
Or something like that. 'Cause
So
that shit
there was a
yeah.
Wish house in LA. I don't know if you guys ever remember
What?
that. Yeah, there was
No.
it was a TikTok thing, like when
No.
TikTok.
What?
Google it,
fuck?
Wish
I
House.
know
Google
nothing
Wish
about
House.
What am I do? Wait,
Who's got a phone?
Like
But
Make-A-Wish?
there was no like Wish.
Make a wish house.
Make a Wish House. In LA, they did like a Wish House, so they were sponsoring
Right.
YouTubers for Wish, and it was a little bit. It was a little bit after our video, and then I got a contact with them, and I was
Oh
like,
yeah, I see this.
yeah, and I was like, oh hey, can you guys sponsor us? Because they started sponsoring a few people, and I don't think they've done it anymore. They never did it with us in the end
This is
because
not the most generic.
I think I
mention.
said something stupid to them.
Right.
And they're like, "Oh, we really liked your video because of that. Like, our McDonald's bong had a really big surge, and we had
thank God.
And apparently all the drop shippers were making like new Wish things, on, like the McDonald's bongs on Wish and everything.
Do you think YouTubers are keeping Wish alive, like
Yeah,
solely?
probably.
Yeah,
Because I feel like every YouTuber I know does Wish videos because they're just so fucking funny. Because everything on Wish is so scuffed.
yeah. That's the fucking whole like. It's like you don't know what you're gonna get. It's like fucking like mystery
great,
packages.
it's great.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
great.
Is the Fiverr like stage still going?
Yeah, Fiverr's still
Oh
funny
yeah,
sometimes.
Five is still yeah.
Well,
okay,
Fiverr
yeah.
tried to clean up the website a lot. I don't know if you guys.
No, we noticed.
Yeah.
They sponsored us too for one thing, and then a second one, and they never paid us.
Yeah, they gave me a budget one time, and I remember they were like, "No, you just do what you want." And then I think as I was going through the video, they were kind of like looking at what I was ordering, and they were getting a bit nervous. They were like, "Hey, remember we said we could do what you want?"
Well, that definitely must have happened to ours then.
Well, yeah,
We had some horrific.
we got paid for the first one, and he was like, "Oh, maybe next time you can't do this," and I was like, "Fuck you."
Shut the fuck up.
I think I literally said to him on the call, "Fuck you." So,
Wait, what? Okay, I didn't say
but
that.
he didn't tell me not to do another video. So we did another video with the referral link. Never
Yeah.
heard from him again. And then he
It's not
got
like we
fired.
really
And then he
care
got fired.
anyway.
so-
We don't really care anyway. Obviously,
Yeah.
we want to make stuff that's funny.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
just
yeah.
going to use your website.
Well, I know,
We
I know-
don't
yeah,
need
they-
to like sanitize the content just to get paid like a little bit on top.
Yeah, they tried to
Yeah,
rebrand
yeah.
the whole website to be more like professional, like
There's
focused.
so many scammers.
Yeah,
on the
But this,
website.
yeah, every.
They're all
yeah.
going to get fucking replaced by AI anyway.
I mean, half
I
the
don't
shit,
think any-
half the shit on Fiverr is AI generated.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like it's only a matter of time before AI takes over like YouTube
Every-
content. I mean, have you seen like the Balenciaga memes that have been going
Yes,
those.
I love those.
on? Oh my
Yeah.
god!
They're so good.
Unironically, I love those, but
They're
at the
so
same time,
good.
it terrifies me because
Yeah.
I'm like, do you remember that trend where a YouTuber would just like take Reddit comments and just read them out, and they would get like millions of views?
We know a guy
yeah.
who lives right next to us, in the office next to us, makes millions from it. So yes.
yeah,
Reddit-
like
Reddit shit
it's
still,
only a
yeah.
matter of time before you can just AI like a fucking.
Well,
script.
have you not like a lot of those true crime channels now?
That's
are
what he
all
has
A-
a true crime
AI
channel too,
voices.
yeah.
Have you noticed this?
Yeah, yeah.
I have not noticed that. no.
I think Cameo will be replaced by AI like eventually.
Probably, yeah.
Like,
You could-
entirely.
you could just
Yeah,
be-
we did a cameo video recently. The only good thing about it is we get a video with it, which is a bit hard to do with AI. But I was like, why don't we just fucking like use AI to do these voice actors' voices? Because they're not sending videos with us.
Yeah.
I think we're not far off being able to put anything you want into one all like encompassing tool that can because all the tools do exist already that can
You can make the
create
channel,
the
yeah.
whole video, mouse,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
There will eventually be a thing which is just like an app. You
That
can
just does
put it
it.
in,
Yeah, you're like-
make
Yeah,
this
yeah.
celebrity say this, and then that whole business for
Because you don't need it to be
washed
the
up
celebrity. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Just someone who looks like Hank to say Among
Yes,
Us Man.
and
It's
then-
like, yeah.
and then these celebrities where that's like their secondary income because they used to do a famous show but they're not really getting paid any royalties now
Yeah.
and they live off this. I think that's just going to be slowly phased out and replaced, and they're going to have to
Jeez.
I've noticed that
get a real job.
I started watching some channels that had like get a real job, like drink on a podcast, like get a real job.
Yeah.
I assume you guys watch a lot of YouTube, right? I mean,
No,
you
not
don't.
anymore. No.
I watch and I'd keep my
Keep your eye.
I
Okay.
watch World of Warcraft lore videos.
Oh, fuck.
And Dragon Ball Z lore videos.
Goku gets AIDS.
What kind
Yeah,
of Dragon
can
Ball Z
Goku
lore
beat
videos?
AIDS?
Can Goku beat AIDS?
Well, that is something I love. Those videos, I love those. What would happen if Goku was reborn with all his prior powers? What would happen if Goku died of his heart attack?
Oh, you're one of
We
those
found the
people.
Dragon Ball fan, and it makes so much sense now.
Do you watch the power scaling videos?
Yes! I hate them. I hate them, but I get them up
I'm
on
never
my
gonna have an
YouTube
anime
shorts. I
opinion
can't look
in
away.
this room with you guys.
You could have an anime opinion.
And do anyone remember the game theory video that they put out, being like, what would happen if these Nintendo characters had the coronavirus? And then I think later,
Wait, was this real?
yes,
Is
he
this still
changed the
up?
title. I think he changed the title, and he may have deleted the whole thing. Matt Pat put a video out like some shit like, what would happen if these characters got coronavirus? What would happen? How would they fucking survive or some shit? I swear that was real.
Who survived? Kirby? Like,
But yes, something like that.
becomes it?
And then you know, I feel like they had comments being like, "Oh, my grandma died of coronavirus."
And then next week it's like, what happened to Freddy?
Well, Mario
Fazbear?
might die, but if he's got his power-up mushroom, technically he will survive.
The longevity increases. He lives for a little bit longer.
Oh my god.
That's horrible.
There's no way this
up.
is real. I gotta
I
say.
swear it was real.
This sounds like an
Look,
AI
okay,
video.
This does sound like an AI. Like this is like an AI map
Alex
meme
Miller,
video.
yeah.
Is it real?
Game theory: who will survive censored virus?
Oh,
What's the thumbnail? What's the thumbnail?
oh, that's an actual meme.
What is the what? Is,
Look at that.
what
the fuck is that?
Oh my god, that's fucked up.
So you changed the title.
What is the
but
top-
It's still the same. Is
Is,
that
it,
still on?
is this an actual
main
quote
channel?
from the video? Your grandmother who has diabetes and hypertension definitely wouldn't survive longer than Luigi
No,
who has a
this-
super heightened.
No, that's not. That's that.
Why is everyone commenting this?
There's no. Let me see.
They're just making
The
the,
top
same
two
jokes
comments.
we made.
I think. No, that's definitely just a bit.
That's gotta be a meme. That's gotta be a meme.
Wait, can
Oh
you read?
my
Can you read
God.
that?
But we can make a reality with AI.
what did I say
voiceover.
Okay, the comments.
Wait.
Wait. Okay.
Your grandmother who has diabetes. Why are we laughing at that? Your grandmother who has diabetes and hypertension definitely wouldn't survive longer than Luigi who has a super heightened jump.
What does that have to do with anything?
You just like. You just.
Super heightened.
Sometimes the video can be too topical.
That's when you know you're running out of fucking ideas.
Yeah.
I used to like game theory, but you know.
Such brave takes.
You tell him, King.
Tell him, go on.
Yeah. Well, you know.
What? I mean, he's just trying to. I think
Well,
it's,
no, his videos
it's more
fucking
general
suck.
now.
Like suck now.
I think there was a time that game theory was really fun and exciting
no,
when you were a
I think
gamer.
so,
Yeah.
fuck.
And then I think it
Yeah,
became.
when I was fucking 12, maybe.
I think when Five Nights at Freddy's came out, I think
yeah.
it became a
You're
different
telling
channel.
me that Peach isn't fucking Mario, she's fucking Luigi? Oh my
Was
god.
that a theory?
Yeah, it was a
That's
theory.
one of
That
them,
was
yeah.
a theory.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember this one at all. I
We
think
even
I
do
think
some Dragon Ball theories.
Hey, don't get me
lower,
started,
just
bro.
to lower the IQ.
What's
like, a
wrong-
little
what's
bit.
wrong with
Okay,
Dragon
what's
Ball?
the wildest Dragon Ball?
No, it's
thing
just
you've
Dragon
seen?
Ball fans are the problem.
It's like a meme in the anime community that Dragon Ball fans have like the lowest IQ out of like
You know
almost
what?
anyone.
I understand that because it's a very simple fucking show. Oh, he gets stronger. He hair color change. Oh, they fight. You know, I don't know. I
get it. I get
it.
I enjoy it because it's such a like simple.
It doesn't try to
I
be
don't need
anything
to know if
crazy.
Mikasa's fucking, you know, and fucking. I don't need to know that.
Australian
Yeah,
explains
I
Attack on
I don't
Titan.
need to know that fucking, you know, old mate uses guns with his. What are those things called on Attack on Titan? There's
3D maneuver gear.
yeah, maneuver gear. I've seen every episode. I don't know why I don't know that.
Why are you acting like you're not a weeb? Huh? What are you?
How much of Attack on Titan do you recall out of every?
If you ask me questions, I'll know, but off the top of the dome, I can't. Like,
I think Chad's on his phone when he watches shit.
no.
Yeah.
And by the way, I fucking hate it now. Like, it's the show is
Anime?
ruined
What?
for me.
Wait, why?
Wait, why?
Because they split up the last best part over fucking a year and a half.
Okay,
Okay, yeah.
that understandable.
That
yeah.
pisses me
The
off.
milking
Yeah.
is like egregious.
Yeah, that pisses me off.
I definitely
big
lost
time.
interest in not the because they did the 1 hour special and then there's gonna be another 1 hour special. Fuck knows how long to actually end the show. But the season before that was just kind of like why. Just wait. Just
Yeah.
release it all when it's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Why are you
Yeah.
doing this?
Well, that's the first time I've ever just read the manga because I just didn't want to wait any longer. So now I know the ending and I
Tired
just
of
don't
being
give a
blue
shit.
eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know the ending.
I don't know.
so
I don't know the
either.
ending. No
should've
Well,
told.
basically, they have AIDS. They technically all do have Titanates. They die after 8 years.
Okay,
So,
well,
I
thank
mean-
you. Well,
Is it 8 years? So it's Titanates. I don't know.
oh my god, this is gonna be our worst episode
Yeah.
ever. This is okay.
Yeah, no, I watch anime. I don't know
Who
if
watches
he
it the
does.
most out of you two?
Chad.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
I haven't watched anime in a long time.
Really?
My problem is if I
don't
pick
think
something
so.
up, I can't stop watching it if I like it.
Right.
Why is that a problem?
I got a job. And I got,
He has to drink.
I have to
He
drink.
has to
Yeah,
drink
you have to
on
drink
camera.
What if you drink and watch anime at the
Because
same
then
time?
you were having
That's
this.
you gotta make another channel if you do that.
Yeah.
'Cause otherwise it's a waste of time.
Yeah,
exactly.
But if you're filming it, then it's business.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I would pay to watch just shit-faced Chad just commenting on anime as
Yeah.
he watches
Aussie reviews.
Aussie reviews anime. That would be
I,
amazing.
I get really caught up in the relationships. I'm like, can you guys just fuck? Like, get it over and done with.
That's the thing. They never fuck. You know?
No, that's the problem. You know what? If Aaron Yeager fucked Mikasa, is that who it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
It fucking show would have been, you know, never. Like, spoilers.
Listen.
I think
What
he's
do you-
gay. Like,
Oh my god! I don't.
Aren't they brother and sister as well?
I think they're related. So, I don't know.
Adopted.
Adopted,
brother and sister.
Not related by blood. All
Yeah,
right.
and then there's some other like plot line in it where she's like, oh, she's meant to obey everything he says because she's like the Japanese, like she's like the Japanese because she's from like a in the show. There's different nations, and she's from like the ancient Japanese island. I fucking don't know.
Every time you say Japanese, he's like dead eye contact with me, and I'm like, I don't know.
Like, Joey, can I
know.
can I say it? Can I say the thing?
Can I have another grog, please? Get them all out. Just throw them all around here.
Max, what's your what would you say is your favorite anime?
I've never seen one.
No,
That's fucking
that's
lie.
a fucking lie. Okay,
This is
like
on the when you guys had PewDiePie on.
Yeah,
The only thing
yeah.
I can think of is Death Note.
Death
Which is what
Note.
he said.
Oh yeah, that's a good anime.
That show also got fucking ruined.
I did like Death Note.
Yeah.
That was like probably the first proper anime when I was like an angsty teen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was everyone's first. Anime.
But I haven't.
Yeah.
I feel like these grape ones are fucking shit.
I like
These are yours.
I haven't-
No, they're good for like.
I haven't tried a grape one yet.
Okay, they are very
I'll
sweet.
try it.
They are very
I'll
sweet.
try a grape.
I'll
We
give it
gotta
that.
we gotta tone them back like, a little bit.
Max,
like
pass me
20
that
minutes.
peach.
Can I try the peach one?
The
Peach one's
the best.
good. Peach one's good.
Yeah, because
Oh,
like
Peach one is better.
this one's really
Is there one
sweet.
more?
It's good for like a
Oh,
first
really?
drink.
Well, we're gonna bring the
you already
flavoring
have
down on this.
pepper?
This is why
I
we
haven't
don't
had
like
one
it because
yet.
it's a bit too strong.
Okay.
Do you want it?
No.
Okay,
no.
okay. I'll-
So Death Note, you'd say?
Trying to think. Pokemon. I did not watch Pokemon.
What do you mean?
I did not fucking watch the actual show.
Wait, you didn't?
No, I mean like it's still going. I mean,
Yeah,
They
yeah, yeah,
finished
yeah.
it. They finished it.
Yeah, Ash is like dead now.
Yeah. Ash and
Close
Pikachu
enough.
just ripperonis now.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
finishing it entirely though, right?
Well, they're finishing
It's never
the
ending.
Ash's
It's
story
like
is
fucking
finished.
Naruto, bro. Oh, I did watch Shippuden. I'd watched a lot of that.
Yeah.
Did you finish it?
No, definitely not. I think I was up to like the pain.
All right, you stopped at the good one. You
that's
stopped
where
at
I
the good
stopped
one.
as well.
Yeah, you
I
stopped
remember
at the
people
good
being
one.
pissed off about the animation in some of those scenes, so I thought I liked it.
I don't really.
There's
I don't
like
remember that.
goofy animation in one of the pain fights, and I remember people like really pissed off.
Is that the screenshot of like Pain's
There's
face just
like
like
a lot
melting?
of screenshots
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it's-
yeah, yeah.
I really liked the animation in that. But,
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Naruto.
Yeah, he's never seen Naruto.
Never watched it.
Isn't this an anime podcast? Shouldn't you have seen every anime?
is not
Yeah, what
This
the
is not
fuck?
an anime
That's
podcast.
not.
We're
It's
saying
gonna be
it's
out
fucking
so
long.
long.
Wow, okay.
It's so
Yeah.
goddamn long.
But One Punch season 1, I remember
Yeah.
I really liked. That's like one of the most recent like proper thing.
Yeah.
And what's the other show that guy did?
Mob Psycho.
Mob
Mob
Psycho.
Psycho. I really like
Yeah,
that.
Mob
that's-
Psycho's
that's
fucking
amazing.
awesome.
That
Yeah.
animation is fucking
Yeah, Mob Psycho's
fantastic.
sick.
Yeah, it's very.
Have you guys ever read manga?
I have read a couple of one.
Everybody say
Piece. I
couple of One
Piece. Just
3 pieces.
Is that just never ending? So
I
that's
get-
still going.
That is still going, and
I
it's still
get,
going
I get
strong.
hyper focused on like specific things.
Yeah.
At one point, I was like, "Oh, I'm obsessed with One Piece manga," even though I hadn't like read that many.
Right.
Yeah.
But ahead of time, I like bought like so
Oh my
many
god.
of them, and I was like, "I'm gonna read through these," and then they're just sitting on the shelf, and it's like, I read,
No.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Nah, it
11,
happens.
11 or 12 or something.
It's like 1/20th of
Yeah.
the manga.
Yeah, I think it's on like chapter 1,100. and
Volume
some-
104, I think it's on.
Yeah. It's like over 1,000 chapters, but it's ending. I swear to God, within the next within
Sure,
the next 10
sure.
years.
Okay.
Within the next
Sure.
10 years, confirmed.
What's the longest running anime ever? What is
So-
that?
Sazai-san, I think,
Yeah.
is the longest
Yeah.
What
one.
is that, bro?
It's
Say that
it's
in English.
Sazai-san?
yeah, you got it.
It's got like, it's been
It's
going
like the
on.
Arthur of Japan.
Yeah. It's been going on.
Arthur, the cartoon, you know, with the.
Arthur
What? Why is that so?
No, it is. It is.
That's just so fucking funny, bro.
It's just like, it's just like,
You know how like Arthur was just never, it was just always around, and then they cancelled
You're
it.
talking
Like,
about Hey Arthur?
that's how
no,
you,
no,
you're,
hey Arnold.
Hey, Arnold, you're thinking
Arthur, the hand meme, the hand meme.
Oh, the hand meme. I know that.
yeah.
I know that show. The
Aardvark.
They're animals.
Oh, it's an
Yeah.
Aardvark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
Aardvark?
Yeah,
I
Aardvark.
used to have the Arthur books, and if you look at the original books, his head's longer and more fucked up. It looks like an actual aardvark. But then when they made it into the
They made it more
cartoon,
anime,
they
more
made him
kawaii,
ra-
more
yeah,
round.
exactly. They're like round. Yes.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
Arthur Aardvark.
I've always been curious. How much do you have to cut out of Cold Ones? or
Everything.
Your general videos, considering like, because
Do you want the truth?
yeah,
Yeah.
I want the truth.
The hand meme.
You knew what I meant, though. You knew what I meant.
I'm just sorry. I feel bad for the guy who made that show who's been reduced to that.
His entire like,
24 seasons working hard for children, and literally the hand meme.
Sorry.
To answer your question,
Yeah.
a lot. No, a typical recording minimum
Right.
is 3.5 hours.
Jesus.
And you
And,
condense that
and that
to
makes
for
a
every
that makes a
video, yeah.
15-minute video.
Fucking hell.
like
Because it's hard when
So there's
you're
just like
drunk.
whole sections that you're like, that wasn't funny, just get rid of it.
Not sometimes, but not really.
Do you just like chuck it
There's
all on
just
the
so
Patreon?
much.
Or?
Yeah, Patreon
yeah,
cuts
the
like an
ex-
hour long.
Patreon
Yeah.
gets like massive extended cuts.
Right.
Jesus.
yeah, because we actually ever rarely have to cut something out of our podcast. That's probably gonna be one of them where you show your ass. That's
Well, the problem is when you're drinking on a podcast and you get really drunk, you get sidetracked and you start talking about something else, and then you're on a political debate for an hour talking about like why Obama was a better
how
president
many
than
political
Trump.
debates do you have?
Not actually. I'm just using that as an example. But
Oh, yeah.
You get onto a topic and you're drunk with the boys and you're talking
Yeah.
like you're talking.
Trash Taste already has so many fucking tangents. Could you imagine if we were shit-faced every episode?
Well, you're gonna find out tonight.
Oh my
That's
god.
why I said prepare your liver because
We've cut stuff though. We've cut like segments before, but
we cut so much.
specifically?
You got to.
sometimes if we talk about politics for some reason, I don't even know how we get on it, and then we're
Yeah,
like,
I feel like
this
that
is
should
terrible.
always be cut. Yeah.
Because it was
Yeah.
just like you watch it like we're just fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know.
yeah.
We're
We
so
just should just
uneducated
fucking
on the
cut
topic.
this, like-
Yeah,
this-
I have a thing where it's like a lot of the time people want me to have an opinion on something,
Yeah.
and I think it's okay to say like I don't know enough to feel
Yeah.
like my opinion that I should form an
And then,
opinion
and then
on
people
that.
get annoyed because they're like, why don't you know enough?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
should- you should
exactly.
push
And it's
yourself
like
to
you
be
should
more.
take a stance.
But what they're really
Yeah.
saying is you should be part of what I think.
Yeah.
Rather than me being like, I want to educate myself. Sure,
That's funny that they'd want cold ones of all shows to get more political. I just,
I think you
see,
can do that with anything.
you
Everything
see
is
Chad's
politics.
asshole, and you're like, man,
Yeah,
I
that's
just want to know how he
politics.
feels about the current like housing crisis in Australia. Like,
A simple answer: bad. Yeah, but when you're sitting down with the boys and you're drinking, you just start talking about stuff, and then you look back in the footage later, and you're like, "That's not interesting. We're talking about fucking how we can poison kids and get away with it." Like
That's premium. That sounds like premium
That
content.
sounds like
I-
we would keep that
yeah.
shit.
When we did
one prime example, we did a podcast with someone, and there was someone else on the show, and we just fucking walked off set for an hour and just start talking off screen, and we're like, "Oh shit, we got a podcast to record. Who's just drunk?" We're like, let's take a 10-minute piss break. Go grab a water, and then we'll continue. And then
Did no one tell you?
I think people were trying, but let me go grab a screen, and someone else on the show, and we just fucking walked off set for an hour and just started with someone, and there was someone else on the show.
Premium. That sounds like premium
That
content.
sounds like
I-
we would keep that shit.
When we did
One prime example, we did a podcast with someone, and there was someone else on the show, and we just fucking walked off set for an hour and just started talking off screen, and we're like, "Oh shit, we got a podcast to record. Who's just drunk?" We're like, let's take a 10-minute piss break. Go grab a water, and then we'll continue. And then
Did no one tell you?
I think people were trying, but let me cook.
Oh yeah, it's pretty hard to get us back on track once we're at that point.
Oh,
And we
I don't fucking answer to any authority. I've had 2 beers.
But yeah, there's definitely stuff where, as well as when you're drunk and you look back at it and you're like, "Oh, I can't believe I said that. So embarrassing. I'm too drunk." We obviously send the footage to people as well to look at, and they go, "Oh, don't leave that in. I'm obviously drunk. I don't need people knowing about how my ex-boyfriend fucking sounded me with a fucking pen or some bullshit like that." No one said that, but
Okay, I was gonna say what.
Yeah,
No
what's
one.
this about stuff being shoved up your ass when you get drunk?
He does it.
This was
yeah,
said
right, here
off
we go.
camera.
Yeah,
just
this is-
out
we
of
need
the
to
blue?
know.
Let's begin this debate.
I need to know the context of this.
Why is this a thing?
Because have you seen our Patreon?
No, I
how
don't
many
wanna see
patrons
that.
we have? I mean,
You have a lot of patrons.
yeah.
You
want
guys
me to
have
know
more
why?
Do we?
How many patrons do you guys have?
Fucking no.
A decent amount. You guys have.
Yeah, I think
decent
you
Yeah,
guys
we have a decent amount. Not nowhere near
No,
you guys.
as
You
much as
sure?
you
Yeah.
I think you guys have
God.
more for
me
sure.
check.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys just make more
I think you guys
money.
got 10.
We don't because we barely we're terrible. We don't give a lot to the patrons.
Yeah.
Well, you need to start
we
shoving
need-
some
we need
shit
to
up
shove
one of
some
you
shit
guys'
up
ass.
Maybe I'm gonna start putting some stuff. Well, Joe did mention one time he'd rather stuff up his ass.
just shy of 11,000.
Okay, alright, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
pretty
Maybe
good.
ours just went up or what?
Yeah.
Man, you guys suck. You guys fell off.
Quick, someone shove something up my ass.
Get the cup.
Get the
I
cup.
swear, if one of you bent over and someone was putting something in your ass, once an episode, you would see a spike.
I fucking hope so.
The sad reality when it doesn't change the patron.
Oh, no,
What is
that's
the
fucked
difference
up.
between your patron and an OnlyFans?
Content? I mean, okay.
It's tasteful.
When I spread his cheeks, it's done in a way that is more elegant.
All right, can I just, Chad? You were saying before that it's all my fault.
Okay, let me cook,
Okay.
and then let me go first. Let me plead my case.
I have a good rebuttal. I think.
Okay. It started with me originally just getting my cock out on camera because I'm drunk and I'm like, oh,
I don't do that when I'm drunk.
I love getting my little tiny cock and balls out.
I think that goes way back.
Yeah, that
before
sounds like a
Cold Ones.
childhood thing.
Yeah.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Way.
So that was like the original like pitch to Patreon.
Sorry, real quickly.
Wait.
Wasn't like one of the first times that would ever happen on.
I fucked a flashlight.
What?
I pretend to fuck a flashlight. That was one of the first times.
Wait,
No,
wait,
not
wait.
that. Not that. Way before that. I mean, didn't How to Basic post the photo on his Twitter of your cock just out in a
Yeah,
McDonald's?
we were
or
drunk.
something?
We were drunk around McDonald's one
But
night.
I swear that was the first time where it was.
He activated
where
it.
You thought he wasn't actually going to post it, but you
Yeah.
were like, you can post it. And then he did, and then it was like, oh, he actually posted that.
He took a I got my cock out in a Macca's at like 5 o'clock in the morning. There were no kids around. Relax.
Do you?
I got my cock out.
In the casino McDonald's, and he took a photo of it. It's like this funny photo of me like wearing really nice button-up shirt pants, and this is like
Tiny cock and balls hanging out. And he posted it, and people loved it. I'm like, people love it when I get my cock out.
No. I feel like you took the wrong message from this.
But obviously, I didn't think he'd post it. I like thought he'd take
Yeah,
a photo
yeah,
and never
yeah,
see
yeah.
the light of day. And then I woke up the next morning hungover. I'm like, why is my phone buzzing?
Did you ever think, man, this could be distasteful to some people. Maybe I shouldn't do it.
Do you know how accessible porn is? Have you looked at Twitter?
Yeah, but like I know. I've been on Twitter, and
If they complain about seeing my cock in their feed, they're following the wrong people. That's their fault.
just unfollow me at that point.
Like, you know, I mean, I see enough titties on Instagram, and like, I don't even follow any OnlyFans girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that got posted, and you were like, we can paywall this.
No, we didn't. I didn't. All right, fast forward to cold ones.
Okay.
I start getting drunk and getting my cock out a lot on camera. Then we
This is a
started
thing that
Patreon,
happens
and then I
every time.
edited a press. I was like, can I start leaving your cock in? It's kind of funny. I'm like, yeah, all right, you can leave it in there. And then we noticed our Patreon climbed the second we started putting more cock on screen. And then the one time we saw it really blast, we got this like tripled overnight. We got this lizard cam, which is like a camera attached to a big long string along like rope. And you have to like shove it behind your fridge and stuff to see if there's any critters there, any holes.
Or down like drain pipes to
see where the clog is.
Right.
And Max looks at me, and this is where it started because it wasn't my idea. And we can review the footage.
This
Max,
is just like one time though.
this is how it started.
This is not started.
my
but-
And then he looks at me and goes, Chad, can I shove this up your ass?
That's the most disgusting thing I've heard.
I'm like, yeah,
That's an
sure.
amazing idea.
We leave it in Patreon. The Patreon triples overnight. So I'm like,
did not triple.
so is there a bunch of people on your Patreon who are exclusively there because they have some kind of?
Oh yeah,
connection?
I remember seeing a guy recently when I looked in the comments. There was a guy who was just cataloging because it was someone
Was it time stamping?
Yeah, but someone new had subscribed. And he was like, "Where's Chad's cock?" Like that's what I'm here
He was
for.
like,
A guy replied to that, yes, literally with like a bunch of timestamps of every piece of old content being like, this Patreon podcast at the 2 hours and 14 seconds mark. Chad gets his dick out for like a second in the corner. Blah blah blah. Just like every single possible thing, and he was like replying to.
So there's a good chunk of people who are just there.
I
Just
think
to
so.
Well,
see.
that's the only time we
What?
see like a noticeable jump in the Patreon is when there's a point in the video where I get my cock out for something. We have to blur it. I'll say go to Patreon.
and then
see-
it goes up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
What do they
yeah,
get
we-
out of that?
I don't know.
It's funny. It's like a bunch
Seeing something they shouldn't.
Oh, okay,
they think
okay,
they
okay.
shouldn't be able to see.
I guess so. Yeah.
You guys are lying if you say you've never been drunk with the boys and one guy says, "Oh, it'd be so funny if you fucking like
Your
we
dick in my
wax
mouth."
stripped your like balls or your cooch."
We have never. We have
Actually,
never. We have never had
done
that
that.
comment.
Man, you got
Not
some
even
straight
remotely.
Real
friends.
funny.
We go to the onsen. We always see each other's dicks.
Wait, Joey, what?
I've done it.
It must legend.
Must be an Aussie thing.
It must be an Aussie thing.
This
Wait,
must
wait.
be an Aussie thing.
Okay, Joey, we've been friends for how many years, and this is just
Joey
coming
has
out
never
now.
done this.
I've got my cock out in front of the boys before.
Yeah. That's it. Get it out.
No.
on Patreon.
Yes, you see, now that you've done this, they're gonna make you do this. You've resigned yourself
I'll
to
only
doing
do
it.
it if you go to the patron.
I get your cock out right now.
I can't.
But
I
dude,
can't
that's
right
how.
now.
But that's how you do it. Yeah, then you stand up, you dick out, and you put the big black box over it that says "trash taste."
My favorite.
Like
Patreon. Yeah, exactly.
It was really funny to see you leak Ludwig's balls.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was so funny.
that was like an actual accident.
Yeah, I know it was.
that
was
was Chad just being like,
The chat
I was
log.
drunk when he messaged me.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
The chat log was so funny. It's like, hey, Ludwig, do you want me to blow your balls? Yes. All right, okay. Puts them in the thing uncensored.
Okay, let me explain. Let me.
So
explain.
fucking funny.
I have an Apple Watch. Okay.
Okay.
So I
All right,
don't-
Tim Cook, come get your
I
man.
don't see the previous messages before that. And Max can atone. How bad is it with me reading messages above?
oh, he can't read. He just can't read. Like,
Okay, well, that's, yeah.
He's just illiterate.
I messaged Ludwig.
he's
I
legit.
messaged Ludwig in the morning, like,
So, so by the way, what happened is that Ludwig's balls were leaked because they
On our
didn't
Patreon.
uncensor them.
yes.
so you get Ludwig's balls too. Nice balls. I sent him a message in the morning, and I was like, "Oh, hey Ludwig, here's the Patreon cut of your episode. Like, just review it. Tell us if you want anything cut. Your balls are still in it because in the recording he said, yeah, you guys can leave my balls, and it's fine. Like while he was drunk, obviously. And I said, if you want us to blow your balls, just let me know.
What a weird.
And then I'm drunk that
Another
night.
day in the cold one.
Yeah.
And I'm drunk that night. The night we're meant to be posting it, like the final 3-hour crunch, and I just get this yes lol, and I'm like, oh,
It's
what
fine.
did I- what-
It's
It's
fine.
funny. It's
yeah, but like
lol.
in
It's
my,
lol.
my head, I
said
thought, man,
yes,
I
yes.
thought in my head, I thought I said, hey, is it okay if we leave your balls in? So I thought he was replying. I thought he was replying to yes, you can leave my balls in. I didn't read the previous messages. Because I even like took a photo of my like Apple Watch message that said yes, lol. Like, yeah, he said it's okay, guys. And I sent it to the editors, and it turns out I didn't read what I actually sent above. I'd forgotten what I had sent.
To be fair, he took it like a champ. Like,
He used it for
Yeah,
content.
He
Yeah.
made like he took that and he ran with it.
Yeah.
And made,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it into, like,
Yeah, good on him.
a positive
And he hasn't
point
messaged
himself.
me since. So I mean,
Yeah,
sure.
what was the, I always wondered what was the conversation when it happened. What was it like? Ah, shit, my bad, mate.
Yeah, did he message you being like, yo,
No,
my
he never
balls,
messaged me. He just like I just saw a bunch of videos about
I think we
it.
just started getting tagged in all these like. it seemed like he did a fucking like press run with it.
Yeah,
He was
did
on like
did-
everything.
He did like
talking
a, he did
about
like a
it.
mogul
My
mail.
balls are out.
Yeah, he milked it for a video. He made a mogul mail about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And then I remember all the streamers as well were reacting to it, so it was lots of like live stream fails, clips about it, stuff like that. And I was like, man, we did this motherfucker a favor.
Dude, Critical
but
made a
I'm
video
sorry.
about it as well.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how you know when you made
fucking
it.
everywhere,
You made it
yeah.
when Critical's made a video about
So
it.
I'm sorry, Ludwig. I am. Can I say it on this show?
You just did.
No, you can't say that on the show.
I am stupid.
This episode of Trash Taste is sponsored by Gamersubs. You think you're a true gamer without drinking the sweet gamer juice of Gamersubs? As Connor would say, peasant. As if you could truly game. Back to the video.
You can stream on Patreon now, can't you?
What?
I'm pretty sure you can. Patreon has video hosting and streaming now, so you can just like stream on straight to Patreon. So if you want to do a fucking cock and ball out on center stream, like go for it.
How much money would it be worth to us to do a naked stream? How much my price?
I'd pay like at least $50 to sit on that. And you gotta have text to speech so I can donate and comment on the looks
Nice
of the cocks.
balls. Nice balls.
Nice balls.
Nice balls.
Oh my goodness.
So is getting your cock out just an Aussie pastime?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Because Joe, when have you got your cock out? I have never
Many
heard
times.
any. What do you mean many
No,
times, Joe?
bullshit.
Wait, you guys were just saying in the bathroom before seeing each other's balls.
That's an onsen. That's different. because
That's
it's-
still getting your fucking cock and balls out in front of your friends.
There's a massive difference between getting your balls out in a McDonald's and getting your balls out in a place where you are supposed to get your balls out.
I think as well there might be like a Japanese thing to it as well, because like again, because we have that like whole onsen culture, right? So
Yeah.
we're already not afraid to like see each other naked.
That's a deadly combo.
It is a deadly combo. So it's like I have the Aussie-ness of not giving a fuck about people seeing my balls, and I have the Japanese side of just getting used to seeing each other.
I think when I stopped caring, it was the same thing where I had to get my balls, cock and balls out in front of everyone for an extended period of time. I was in LA and we went to a Japanese spot. It's called Wii Spa.
Right.
But it's, you gotta be
Wii
naked
Sports.
for it. Wii Spa. And all the boys, I don't know, I remember Greek God X, a bunch of like old streamers.
Yeah.
We were all there and we all got our fucking cocks out. And I was just like, this is normal now. Balls and cock are just
After a while, you just like
Disconnect.
don't care.
You
Like,
disconnect,
it's just like,
yeah.
oh, yep.
I'd
there's-
laugh if it wasn't actually like a mandatory thing. You just like turn up and you just go, you're the only ones with your cock and balls out.
Right, now we
You're
got
like,
Hootie.
You walk into the establishment already with your cock and balls out. It's just like, what, guys? Where are your cock and balls?
This isn't normal.
Why are you wearing pants?
You said you've been to Japan many times before.
Yeah, I used to go once a year. I tried to because I had friends in Korea who were in the military. People I met online.
Right.
I don't know if you guys
Like
remember.
MMO friends or?
Yeah, MMO friends. I don't know if you guys ever went to Korea. I can't remember on the hill where all the army guys stay. But if you're in the army in Korea, if you're an American, they're all American. If you're based in Korea, you get like 3-bedroom houses.
Oh.
To stay. It's like so nice. So I'd always go there and be like, can I stay in one of your spare rooms for like a week? So I'd go like Japan, Korea, and then fly home, maybe stop somewhere else on the way. So I used to do that every year, but I haven't done it since COVID. I miss Japan.
You said you just got like slept on a train once and just woke up in a random town.
Yeah, well, I mean, you get the train passes.
yeah.
JR passes.
Yeah, JR passes, and you should fucking. I was in an Airbnb and it like ended because I'd always just travel with like a backpack and a really small suitcase.
Right.
So I hopped on one of the trains one day and I fell asleep. Not on purpose, I just fell asleep. And I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm here now. And I messaged one of my friends and I said, what's there to do here? And he was like, well, you're like an hour bus ride from a really cool village with nice scenes. I was like, all right, go there. And then I'm there. I'm like, the fuck's there to do here? And it's like,
Dude, do you remember whereabouts you were? Or?
I was really, really far west because up the top it snows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really far down west near like fishing villages. So I went to one. I went to one of the fishing villages and I was like, "What do I do now?"
That's every village.
And I was like, "What do
Oh, no.
I do now?" And he's like, "People just go
Fish.
there. Yeah, let's go there and
Start
fish."
fishing.
So there's got a bunch of local guys there, and they like, you just walk up to them. He's like, "Yeah, just fucking translate this to them. They'll give you a fishing rod for some money." I went there and fished, and that's all I did for like
Lived
2 or
your
3
best
hours. I
life.
just
Fuck
sat
yeah.
there and drank out of vending machines and fished.
That sounds awesome.
It was actually really great,
Yeah.
and I caught a bunch of what are the little? They look like giant sardines. What are they called?
Trouts.
Trouts. That's it. Trouts. I caught a bunch of trouts, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I don't know how to fucking I don't know where a kitchen is here. Do I light a fire and cook it?
Yeah.
And there was
Japan,
like
bro, you
there
eat
was
'em
like-
raw.
There was like 2 Japanese guys that were a bit younger than they're like teenagers that lived there, obviously, and I think they were just fucking. Like they just sat there and drank all day too and listened to music. And they're
Right.
like, "Oh, yeah, come back to our fucking place and we'll cook." And they're just like outdoor kitchen. I ate with
Hell
them
yeah.
and
That
stuff like
sounds
that.
fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, no,
That
it was
sounds
great.
so dope.
But I didn't know how to ask them if I could stay there for the night. So I ended up sleeping at a bus stop that night after they fed
Oh
me.
my god.
And then I was like, you know Jake and Bakers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was the one like giving me directions. I was like, can you translate this? I was just messaging him on the phone. Like, can you translate this for me, please? Like, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good. And yeah, I haven't
was it
been-
like river fishing or like sea fishing?
It was river fishing. One time was river fishing, and one time was like it was salt water, but it was like just before the ocean.
Bro, you got like a more legit fishing experience than we did because we just had like a company outing where we all went fishing, and it was like river fishing. So I was like hyped because I've been sea fishing before, like on a boat, and it's just
It's shit.
it is not a good experience.
brutal, yeah.
It's
You don't
so
like
brutal.
fishing on the boat?
because like it's just so much more intense. Like to me, fishing is just like putting the rod out,
You want the
having a chill,
serenity of it all.
yeah, having a chill beer and just like chilling out, relaxing with the boys. But in sea fishing, it's actually like gameplay. You know, you like actively have to like put the chum in the bait and then just like
And then the
chuck it
whole
in.
boat smells like rotting fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was the only time I've like been seasick in my life. So we go like river fishing with the company, and we're like, great, we can go to a river, chill with the boys, and then so they take us to the river, right? And they're like, okay, you can start fishing in about 15 minutes. And we're like, why do we have to wait 15 minutes? And they get like a bucket out. They start chucking fish into the river.
To attract more fish.
No. As like the fish that
That
we
you're gonna
can
catch?
that we
the
can
river
catch.
was empty.
What's the fucking point?
And they were just like, game start. And they just start chucking fish into the river. They're like, all right, go catch him.
Oh, now I feel blessed as fuck because that
Yeah.
sounds like shit.
You actually got like the proper experience.
I mean, it was more of a stroke of luck. Like,
Yeah.
I fell asleep on a god. Because the one thing I love about Japan is I know I'm not going to get killed or robbed. I've met people that are Yakuza before, and they're fucking somewhat nice. I got robbed by one. But that's another thing. They're mostly nice. When we're in Shibuya, we went up a fucking rogue elevator, blackout drunk. And
Yeah.
I was like, empty your wallet. And I was like, yes, had tattoos. I'm like, I'm not gonna gamble here. I'm just gonna give him my fucking money.
Yeah.
Wait, he was just like, give me your money.
Yeah, he just said, give you money. I was like, I'm not taking this.
Why
gamble.
did you preface this story by saying, I know I'm not going to get robbed?
Yeah. And then
I accept I
immediately
did.
gets
all
robbed.
I mean, yeah,
Wait,
that's different.
actually, I
That's
don't
different.
think that counts as robbery. He just asked you for your money.
Yeah,
Politely,
yeah.
he was like,
Yeah.
please, sir, can I
That's
have
just
some of
that's
your
just
money?
the transaction.
Yeah,
Like,
but I met some other Yakuza members and they were like really nice and they were like tatted up guys. Like they were just crazy, And, that was nice, but I know that no matter where I go, I can find my way home because I got Google Maps on my phone. I know that wherever I go, I'll find a way to eat and sleep and drink.
yeah.
Because it just comes out of a fucking vending machine most of the time, or a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just feel safe there. So when I'm there, I like to just
Wander
essentially
around.
just fucking.
I think the crimes
Look
there
at-
are either like absolutely nothing at all or like the most horrific shit.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
either
That
0
could be
or
possible.
100. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
like,
sure.
there's
But
so
that's
many
obviously
fucked up crimes that happens in Japan, but most of the time, it's
Yeah.
like
most
very,
of the time
very
the police
chill.
have nothing to do. And they're
Yeah,
just
then
like,
you hear
Yeah.
about this one murder where like
It's like, oh, a cat has disappeared, and then the next day it's like, a dude jumps in a truck and runs over 17 people. It's like, whoa, all right, chill.
I always find it weird how in all the local like municipalities they have the accident sign and death sign.
Oh,
So they
yeah.
count the deaths in each area every day.
Like road deaths, right? Yeah.
Not just road deaths, not just general deaths
is
in the
it?
area.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of morbid.
it's kind of badass.
Imagine you're walking down like central London, like we've had 15 deaths today, and you're like, great, thanks, I guess.
yeah, it's funny as well because sometimes you go to tourist areas and especially in like Kyoto, you see some like weird signs of things that you shouldn't do, which is depressing because that means someone has done it. So you go
Right.
to like a car park and there'll be literally signs that says, "Please do not shit." Like just please,
in Kyoto,
just please
I remember
don't
this.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I went to Hakone the other day and I saw like the weirdest one where we were in the toilet and there was a sign saying, "Please do not like fish." There was a guy with a fishing rod. There was a guy with a fishing rod on the toilet, and just the sign says no. And I was just like, this is depressing because that means someone's actually tried and done that.
Like,
I just want to know.
I'm trying to figure out.
I just want to know what happened, what the backstory of this was.
Well, there is
I
no,
want to be
there's
the
no
reason
signs,
one of those signs is up.
It's probably
now.
you. It's
Yeah,
probably
you're
you.
probably the
I'm
reason
tempted
why most of them
now.
are
There's
up.
no sign saying you can't whip your dick out. So
I feel like I would get thrown in jail for a couple nights if I did that in Japan. Would I? No, actually, no, I wouldn't.
What?
Would I? Get your cock out. I've seen a naked person in Japan.
I mean,
You can get
I mean, there's public
you could definitely
indecency
get
laws.
arrested.
Is
for
there?
that.
Yeah.
You could be held for like 24 days.
Jake took me to like a sex street.
Okay.
And it was a bunch of African dudes as security guards that like harassed you. He took me to a blowjob bar. I went and got a blowjob at one of the blowjob bars. And that was also the same night I
was
got
the red
robbed.
light district. in
Yeah, red light
Shinjuku,
district. That was
yeah.
the same night we got robbed because I was blackout drunk. I'm like, let's just fucking try this place. And we get in the elevator and he's like, please give me your money. I was like, okay.
I think it's Kabukicho. Yeah.
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 There's
love how-
you went to a blowjob bar?
Yeah, it was really funny. $80, 30 minutes.
Was it good?
It wasn't the best I've had, but it was alright.
What exactly is the setup?
The setup is like this. It's like leather couches for one person, and you sit back to back with another guy on the leather couch on the other side.
Okay.
So it's like a big
So you
room
can
with
make
the
small talk
couches.
with the
Yeah, it's like,
other
oh, you
customer.
know,
And she just sucks your dick in front of you, like here. And there's maybe a guy. It was pretty empty that night.
That's
so there wasn't
so
a guy behind me.
nasty.
There was a guy over that side. I could
That's
turn around
so nasty.
you know, $80, 30 minutes. I finished in 3 minutes.
small talk for 27.
Yeah, she couldn't speak English. I had a cigarette. I was on after a tip. I was on my way. I did it more because Jake was like to me, "You won't fucking do it." And I was like, "I'll go in there and do it." I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
think you forget my username.
This was the
Yeah.
you know, when I first started seeing stuff from you, the one thing I was kind of shocked by was how open you were about prostitution and how you partaked in it.
Well, it's legal here.
No, I know it's legal.
I'm
Yeah.
so desensitized to the idea
Right,
of it
right,
because
right.
it's so like legitimized here, and it's expensive, and there's like testing, and it's all like set
Yeah.
up properly, and like I'm not against it. I'm totally not against it. And then so I'm like, well, if I'm not against it, why not try it? And I did. I have dabbled.
What do you? Okay, so there's probably some people watching this who are probably like, "Oh my god, that's so gross." Like, what would you say to those kind of people who think?
Girl bear? Like these people
These are working
get
class
paid good money
ladies.
here.
Yeah,
They do regular testing.
yeah. I think Japan would definitely benefit because they have so much sex work.
Yeah,
It would-
exactly. And it's so legitimized here, and it's just like you meet this person. And some of the girls that I've paid to sleep with, it's like $600 an hour. And I'm like, oh, you drive a fucking $150,000 car? I can see why. Because if you just have, you know, and they're doing regular meetings, and some girls I met were telling me like, oh, I have a regular, I don't even have sex with him. Some 6-year-old guy just pays me to come to his house for 5 hours a week and like rub his back and talk to him. Because people are just...
Well, because people are lonely.
Yeah,
They just want
yeah.
intimacy
It's
more
just
than
like
anything.
sugar daddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's just like, and then she's like, on the side, I'll get casual clients, and they're like real picky. If you walk in there and they don't like the look of you, they'll be like, I ain't serving this guy.
Damn.
Like, like I've walked in there before. With
Is
like,
that from experience?
no, it's never happened. It's thankfully never happened to me because I've never walked into a place like drunk or something like that.
Yeah.
But I've definitely like met some friends, had the same conversation we're having here. Like, yeah, I've been with some like sex workers, and like, oh, you've convinced me. I'd love to try it. I'm like, you've had too much to drink. Like, no, you have to tell me. I'm like, I'm gonna take you there. They're gonna realize you've had drinks, and then they're not gonna, because they don't
Right.
serve people like that. They're like, it's not like a disgusting place. It's like you've had too much to drink.
I guess when you can make good money from it, you can also afford to be picky about it.
Yeah,
You can
there are
also-
places that I've been to, and it's like, oh, you got a 3-hour wait for a girl. Like, you want to put your name down and wait? Like,
Well, there's, I know there's some
for a
places.
Rolex or something.
I know there's some places where it's like you can't even like go in on the date. Like you have to like book like
Yeah.
days or like even weeks in
Yeah, you
advance.
do, yeah.
Just to be like, I want to see that girl. And
yeah,
it's
that's
just
just
like
the girl. She's booked out because literally some people book the girls for days. Like, rich people will just be like, hey, I want this girl at my house for 2 days. I know it sounds crazy because you never think in your head. Because I know maybe if I was really rich, but I know I'd never pay to thousands of dollars to have a girl give me attention for a few days.
Yeah.
But there are people out there that are like, I'm rich, I'm single, or I'm divorced.
It's
I don't-
also just like fetishes for everything possible now.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people like being what is it, financially cucked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's legit
Yeah.
like
Well,
for
I-
every possible thing.
I don't know. One of my arguments is the economy is fucked, and I have paid upwards of $600 for a date. So why not just
You're
pay?
a true hero. You're a true hero. The housing crisis is solved.
not all heroes wear capes.
with one goal in mind, sex, and I'm just like, and it's not guaranteed. So why would I pay for this expensive date when I can pay for this?
I mean, I think it's like just an uncomfortable conversation for a lot of people where they don't like talking about it because they don't like the idea of somebody paying for it, and they'd rather just be all secret and run terribly and run by gangs and stuff.
Yeah.
But it makes way more sense to have it more regulated and done safely and all above board.
It's so well done in this like country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I
well,
can tell you a million stories about like situations I've had that have been so professional with them. And
Too many stories, some might
But
say.
like, yeah,
Okay,
but like
okay,
on
okay.
both ends of the spectrum, I can get laid without it. But sometimes I'm a bit fucking lazy, and I do have disposable income, so
Just pay to win.
pay to win. Yeah, it's exactly it.
Why would I do a free-to-play game when I can pay to win?
You tell me about your CS:GO skins and shit. I'm telling you about my like CS:GO pussies.
Yeah,
my
well, I mean,
God.
I think the thing about Japan is that we have like girls bars and host bars as well, where people people are interested in not just paying for like a service, but just paying for like company and just
Oh,
having
yeah.
someone to feel like
Well, people are just lonely. They're just
people
so
are just
lonely,
lonely
in
in
Japan.
there. And like, you know, talking about like fetishes, there's like a fetish for every bar under the sun that you can think of in Japan. So it's something that people like don't really talk about, but obviously there's a lot of interest in that.
Because Japan is obviously so... It's got obviously both ends of that spectrum where it's so
very
frowned
conservative,
upon.
yeah.
For like certain stuff. So then that sort of stuff builds under the surface and shows itself
repression, right?
in
When you
so
get
many
repressed,
different ways. Yeah, exactly.
You know, sexually.
Also, isn't the culture there like working 7 days a week as well? So like, when do you ever have time to actively look for someone to date? Like, no, you're gonna find time off and you're gonna go spend at those bars.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
exactly.
sure.
Unless it's some like family
there is
arranged
a-
relationship where they've introduced
Or like,
you
or
to
like
a
you
girl.
start dating someone at your workplace.
Yeah.
It-
and
it's,
that never ends
there's
well.
no shortage of those types of establishments in Japan. Like even in places where they would be like pretty like I guess like family friendly or whatever, they'll just be there like massive signs saying you know whatever you can get it. It is kind of crazy how it is illegal, but it's still so easy to find. Like it is not at all like
Strange.
difficult
Very
to get or
strange.
find. And you just think, well, why don't they just regulate this? Like, but I guess also.
I think the reason why
No
they
way.
don't regulate is because they don't want to even admit that it's
Yeah,
there in the
it's-
first
Yeah,
place.
it's easy to sweep it under the rug,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's like you're sweeping it under the rug to the point where it's become this like comical, large mounted fucking thing that everyone can
Well,
see.
Yeah,
I went
But
to
it's
a,
still like, let's pretend that's not.
there's
Yeah.
this pub I went to in Yokohama, and literally opposite it is this giant flashing neon sign, and it's literally just right next to the train station, just saying like 30 minutes, 50,000, and it's like this is like
what I
almost
paid. That's
Oh, is that Monty's?
yeah.
I know what you're
It's
talking about.
almost a joke, like
On the
how-
other side of the river, right?
Yeah, it's almost a joke how comical this is, like considering it's illegal, and it's like they've got the brightest sign in all of Tokyo, like just there. Like it's so fucking.
Well, I mean,
like,
pachinko
obvious.
parlors are the exact same thing, right?
Yeah,
Where it's like,
yeah.
oh, it's supposed to be a loop around for the whole like anti-gambling laws that they have there, but they're also the brightest, biggest fucking
What's the thing
buildings in
with
existence.
that? You take it the thing to the gold next door or something?
You
Yeah,
win balls.
so-
The
Yeah.
balls aren't worth anything in that store, but
you take it to
funny enough,
another
there's another store that'll
company-
buy
yeah,
the balls for
right.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you hit like a mega jackpot on one of those?
No, it wasn't pachinko. It was like just.
But it was one of those ball games, wasn't it?
There's a million fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever cash in those? Do you know how much these points were worth?
No, probably nothing.
But also, like gambling's illegal. But,
But
then
the-
horse betting and boat betting is also legal. So it's also
when-
really weird.
When I was there, I would win stuff even in the claw games, which is essentially still gambling.
Yeah.
And I'd get my
Yeah.
prize, and they'd say, "Can we buy it back off you?" I was like, "You can just give me money for the toy? Yeah, go to this store down the road.
Yeah.
and if
Yeah,
you can't
yeah.
take it in your bag, this store down the road will buy it."
Yeah,
off
it's
you."
it's the loophole around it is I think the law is that like one
Claws are considered skill
establishment.
games, I think.
Yeah, one establishment isn't allowed to do the whole entire transaction in the
Right.
one building. So the loophole is that they just separate it into two different
Yeah.
establishments.
I think at one point it was literally a different floor. Like, oh, go at one floor,
Yeah.
and you can sell your prizes. And I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah, well,
okay.
some people are pretty good at them. Just spend all day
Are
playing.
claws
them
actually
inside.
skill games, Connor?
They are. I've done so many videos doing it,
Yeah.
and like, you know, sometimes I would look at a machine and I'd be like, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to lose money 100% on this one. But other ones, I'm like, okay, this is very achievable.
I remember
Depends on how you do it.
going to staff would always come up and show me how to
Yeah,
do it.
and you can-
it's like
You can ask for help immediately. Like obviously,
yeah,
there's
so
like,
it's such a different
you
thing
get back to the
compared
West where
yeah.
it's like I'm trying to get this plushie and I put 50, 100 fucking
And the
dollars
dude's
in.
like, yeah, I fucking switched the thing inside that doesn't let you win until it's, you've had 99 shots of it.
Well, yeah, like it works on like a faith system, right? So you could easily play. You wouldn't even theoretically you could just not touch it and you could just stand at it and then just be like, "Excuse me," and they'll come over and help you
Yeah.
because they just trust you that you've been playing it and that you
Right,
need help.
yeah.
Obviously, if it's stuck in a corner, they'll be like, "Oh, okay, I can see that you've moved it and it's fucked. So let me fix it." But
Okay, they would not do that here. They would tell you to go fuck.
no, in the
yourself.
UK as well, they'd be
Yeah.
like, "What? Get out!
That sounds like a you problem.
Go to Weatherspoons."
Oh, that sounds good.
Have you guys been to the UK?
Yeah.
You guys like the UK?
Wetherspoons.
Yeah, so yeah, you like the UK then? Or
Yeah,
I
I
hate
like
the
large
UK.
breakfast.
you like a large break? You like?
I hate the
Wait,
UK.
why do you hate the UK?
Because it's like a
oh,
worse
Half
version of Australia.
Half my family's from the UK, and I've been there plenty of times. But they're from Liverpool.
Oh, my dad's
okay.
from Liverpool.
Yeah. Who's from Liverpool?
My dad.
Oh, so he's too.
Wait, is the okay? So
You're Welsh.
So I was born in Wales. I speak
Right.
Welsh and all that stuff. My dad was born. In
You speak
Liverpool.
Welsh. That's rare.
Yeah, yeah.
That's rare. Okay.
16% of Welsh people speak Welsh.
Yeah.
So not very useful, sadly, in everyday life. But
That's a cool party trick though.
if I want to talk shit with my mum,
Yeah, it's
we
party
speak in Welsh.
Yeah.
So that's helpful. Yeah, I mean, UK's nice, but also it sucks when you come here and you're like, this should have been us.
Yeah.
We should have been this happy.
Yeah, you guys are like
You
so
look at all
much-
these nice buildings everywhere.
It's yeah.
It's not
obviously
fair.
we
Yeah.
share. It's such a very similar culture. Everything is.
You guys are like the UK but happy. Like,
Yeah,
It's not fair.
I love-
It's not
I
fair.
love-
It does feel when I go there, it's like, oh, it's like the buildings got like 5% worse and everything's more wet. And that's
And twice the price too.
And that's
Twice
like-
the
yeah,
price.
yeah.
and the roads and parking is fucked.
Oh yeah, there's not.
You got
Yeah,
the
it's
herb
just
collection that's just rubbish on every street too.
Well, it's it was like fucking London. It was. I mean, the city wasn't built for trash collection or cars.
And then one of my friends took me in the tunnel, and I
Right.
had to stand, and I'm too tall, so I'm like curving in this fucking tiny ass underground claustrophobic train.
Oh, in the,
And
in
the
underground?
tube, that's it, which is like
Yeah.
150 degrees Celsius.
Well, the
Oh
first
my
one was
God,
built
yeah.
in like 1800s.
Yeah.
I was with my friend, and and she was like, "Oh, we'll take the tube; it'll be quicker." And I get in there, I'm like, "I would have rather 2 more extra minutes in the Uber. I'm dying."
And like some of the lines make you feel like you're about to like derail, you know, like the central line. I don't know if you've been on the central line, but there is this.
It's so loud as well.
Oh my god! You go on the central line and all you can hear is just for like the entire trip, and I'm like, why is this
I'm gonna
part of
die.
like public service? I would rather die.
I don't know if this falls under I made it the fuck up, but I'm pretty sure it's also like heating up, like gradually over time.
Yeah,
'Cause there's no
you guys
way-
had the worst heat wave.
Because there's no, it's like
recently,
hard
yeah.
to get the heat out of the tunnel.
There's like
Yeah.
no ventilation.
Yeah,
right?
well,
Yeah.
there is ventilation. There's some buildings that are
Fucking
just
drill some holes in it.
well, they have like fake buildings outside,
So open a
and it's
window.
literally just a chimney, like an entire chimney.
Yeah.
It's cool, but
So I wasn't tripping when I said it was 150 degrees. So.
No.
wait. Did you go to Liverpool?
I've been there twice in my life. I hate
Okay.
it.
I think I did a fan day.
where in the UK have you been? Out of curiosity, both of you?
Liverpool, London. Where's PewDiePie from?
Brighton.
Brighton.
From Sweden.
I mean, we
Yeah.
went to Brighton. We went somewhere fucking else, and I've been
What do you think of Brighton?
it was a shithole too. No, it was a retirement village. It was a retirement village.
I'm actually born and raised in Brighton.
Oh really?
You know how that like meme where it's like you go to Mexico and there's got the sepia filter and people are and you're like, that's not really how it is. When you go to the UK, it's like actually there's like a grey filter on everything.
Grayscale
but that's like
filter,
real.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
because I remember my first ever experience in Australia. I get off and I like go to the hotel and I'm like, oh shit, this is what the UK could be like with good weather. I was like, oh my god, like my eye just opened. I was like, this is Britain's final potential.
Well, every building, like all the old buildings, because we have heritage buildings here that can't get touched. I think I was telling you this on the drug tour. They can't be touched, but they're all based off UK buildings that already existed.
Yeah.
So all the architecture here is very similar,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
Crazy.
better.
And it's such good food here as well.
yeah. You got
You really gonna say that when
good
you guys
coffee.
live in Japan? Like
Oh, the
that's-
coffee's
I'm-
great. Coffee's
yeah.
so good here.
The coffee is just like unreal. in
Love the coffee
Dublin,
culture here.
especially because like in Japan, it's like if you want good coffee, you just need to fucking take a gamble and
Yeah.
go to like a small coffee shop that like kind of looks fancy.
We got shit on the podcast. We said coffee shit in Japan. There's some good coffee places, but some of the comments are like, I bet they only go to Starbucks. It's like, no, because
nah.
Japan likes the traditional like kisaten, the traditional cafes with pour over coffee.
Yeah.
I don't really like pour over coffee. I just want the fucking espresso.
What's the difference like in terms of taste?
Well, espresso based drinks you normally can also like turn into like lattes and stuff, but pour over coffee is normally always just
Oh,
like
it's all okay.
yes. Well, that's like the traditional cafes,
Yeah.
but I prefer like espresso based drinks
Yeah,
anyway,
same.
and
Yeah,
so
same.
it's so much nicer. I like lattes as well. I don't like cafe au lait.
Yeah.
Do you guys really think that the food here is nice?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
it's great, but like, as someone that's been to Japan many times and can go
No,
anywhere.
Japan is better.
Oh, okay, thank God.
Yeah,
But,
Japan
like
is
compared to the
Yeah,
UK,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
The
okay,
great
yeah.
thing about being a Brit is that if you move outside, everywhere you go, the food is amazing because it's always like an upgrade.
You've experienced the lowest.
I don't know. The one thing I did love about the UK was what night's roast night? Is that Friday night?
Sunday.
Sunday night. Me and Scott one night, because I think you were off having a holiday after we did some filming. Me and Scott like just got drunk one night and went to a random pub. It was great, and they had roast,
Oh,
a
the
$10
roast, so
roast,
good. So
and
good.
we just drinking these beers and eating this roast. I'm like, man, I've had such a shit time until I walked into this pub and I had a roast and a beer.
That's when it all makes sense. Being British, when you're in the
Yeah.
pub and you're eating the pub food, you're like, okay, all right.
Yeah, I
get
love
it.
pub
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah.
That's
As
like
long,
one
as long
thing
as you
I
don't go
like.
outside the pub walls, everything's fine.
Yeah. Pubs are the best part of the UK.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
like,
yeah, sure.
the pub culture is the best. Like especially in like even like London, it's great too. You know,
Some would
The
argue it's
moment
the
we're-
only culture.
Well, sorry.
Some would argue it's the only.
It is the only culture. We don't have anything else. It's like the rest. The other
Your queen
culture
died,
is curry.
Ah, yes, yes.
She's your queen too. What do you mean?
I mean, I didn't fucking like spend. My mum cried when that happened. My mum called me like, "The queen," because my mum's like really British, and she's like, "The queen's dead. Like, oh, we gotta go over there and we gotta fucking like pay our respects." I'm like, "Mum, fuck you."
That's a good out of context clip.
I think a lot of quotes Chad says.
And
are
I
good
have
clips.
one living grandparent left. It's my mother's grandmother. That's all I got left. And she's like 90 something, and she's like, me and your grandma, we're gonna go over. We're gonna pay our respects. I'm like, that bitch cannot get out of bed, let alone get on a plane. What do you think she's gonna die on the way there, mom? Like, she was so committed. Thankfully, they never did it, but like, that's how heart cut she was about it. She was like willing to risk her mother's life on a plane to like go pay their respects. I was like,
in
"Jeez."
Australia, were you taught to be like kind of
Give a fuck
passionate
about the
yeah,
queen.
kind
Yeah.
of passionate about the queen?
No.
or-
I don't give a fuck about the queen.
No, but like in school, they try and teach
I
you.
don't-
I think we
think
missed
so.
that part of our life.
Yeah, I
because,
think that might have been a generational thing, possibly.
Yeah, because
Really?
before us, I think there was like a comparison where they were like, this is before we were born, there was like the Queen came to Australia and there was like a massive parade and everything for her.
Yeah.
And then she came again like 20 years later or something like that. And I might have been 15 or 16. And for the parade, there was like 1/100th the amount of the people that showed up to like see her come in on her car and shit like that. Like, no one gives a shit.
Yeah, when I was growing up, because we were in Wales, they did not talk about them nicely.
Good.
Really?
And I remember that it was really weird that I used to see on TV and like they'd be so positive about it, but then all the teachers would be like, they fucking suck. They took everything from us. Don't support them. And I was like, this is very mixed messaging. But then immediately after that lesson, they're like, by the way, the Queen's coming to Wales, so we're going to all go outside and wait for her.
Oh, my
I was like, what the fuck?
With stones in our pockets.
I remember we waited. I was like 10, and we waited outside of a church. And I remember being like, "Mom, why am I here? I've been here for 6 hours on the grass, and she hasn't showed up."
we had a similar thing here, but this is
Stood
when
you
people
up.
got trapped in the mine.
Oh,
We all got a day off school to see if they'd get these 3 miners out.
That's
of the,
oh my god, I remember that.
yeah.
Wait, is this in Australia?
Yeah,
In
so,
Australia?
Yeah, in Australia. So instead of waiting for the Queen, one morning we woke up and Mum was like, "Today's that," because these guys got trapped in the mines for like 2 weeks from a collapse. Like, no school today. We're gonna sit here and watch the TV to see if these 3 guys make it out alive. And I was like, what happens if they die?
We're all watching.
Yeah. And also we got a day off when Steve Irwin died too. We all got to stay home and watch.
yeah.
Watch his
Makes sense.
memorial on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's our holidays. I don't know.
Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin,
the
trap
Queen.
miners.
Man, I wish you could have lived to be on cold once. Steve Irwin.
You think he'd come on? You think he'd
He would definitely come on. We were gonna get his son on.
I think we're still talking.
We're
about
talking
that.
to his son
Yeah,
about
yeah.
doing something.
So,
At the zoo.
why is he
Bob
coming
Irwin.
on?
That'd be
or
awesome.
Yeah, it's really hard to get to him because you got to go through like all those corporate people.
You're not
and
gonna
they're
get
like,
Bindi?
Nah.
Wait, so you're
Robert's
telling me
a legend.
you've got to
Robert is
go.
a
Wait, you have to go through corporate people, and then you still think you can get him on through corporate people?
we got someone doing it for us. I ain't saying anything. I'll
No.
fuck it up.
We wanted us to go to the zoo or whatever, and
Show you around.
yeah, some shit like that. But then I think at one point they were like, "Oh, he can't make it on this day. Like, do you still want to do it?" I was like, "No."
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, we can have him come in for 1 minute of the video and show you an animal." I'm like, "No, we want to sit down with him for an hour
And drink
Yeah.
a beer.
and drink a
Yeah.
beer with
See your
him."
face with them?
Yeah.
We want to feed alcohol to the animals that he brings in.
How many beers can a snake drink? But yeah, we're talking to the Australian Zoo, but it's like convincing those corporate people. Like,
Okay.
So you're not with Channel 7 News? What's Cold One? What's YouTube? Just some old geezer that's like,
Doesn't understand.
no,
yeah.
you should go on the morning shows.
I used to think when I was like really young doing YouTube that I would make it if that ever happened, if I got on TV.
Right.
And now it's like, I have so many emails being like, "Do you want to come on this or do you want to do this?" It's just like, things have changed so much now where YouTube holds so much more power over this old like dinosaur sort of age thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
like, can you think of any YouTubers who have actually made like a good TV program? Or of like
TV.
being to TV.
No.
I'm trying to think.
No,
Probably
I can think of a lot of
Smiling Friends is the only one I can
Smiling
think of.
Friends. Yeah,
Smiling
I'd
Friends,
say that'd be
that's
the
like
only
the
one
only
I would
one.
think of.
Yeah.
But aside from that,
But I feel like animation is a very unique case where it would kind of benefit from being in like a classic TV production cycle with the money and the support around it.
But
I
you
think-
also
a lot of
find
shitty
that they
movies.
still upload
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
YouTube as well. Like
Yeah.
it goes both places.
But like what I always see happen is that they get the TV deal and then their YouTube content just like goes down in quality. They start losing.
We
like,
know
views.
a few people that have ruined it. Well, not ruined it, but like taken that route, and it's just like you
Yeah.
watch it from a distance, you're like, why would you do
Well,
that?
because your agent's like, hey, this is a good idea. This would really legitimize you. It's like,
yeah,
me to who?
Yeah.
I used to, because that used to be the thing. It's
That's
like
what they-
they held the cards, and now it's like you hold the cards. You can
Yeah.
decide whatever you want to do with it,
Yeah.
and everything is becoming so integrated with the sort of stuff that we're doing on a platform that we've been a part of for so long that we can help sort of
Pave the way.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Does Cold Ones have a vision? Where you want to
What's
go?
the end goal?
I don't know.
Is there an end goal?
The vision's kind of blurry always.
Depends if you ask them drunk or sober.
Cold One's the movie, bro.
The drunk version is, get your cock out.
Chad gets his dick and ass out
At the same time in one frame.
with a mirror.
It's backdoor balls.
How many places in the world can I get my dick out?
That actually I would click that if I saw it in my recommend.
If I saw a video that said how many countries can I get my cock and balls out in 24 hours, I would fucking watch it.
I wish you could make shit like that still. I wish YouTube would not throttle that sort of content. You could never do that, but
Yeah.
even if you if you went back a couple of years in time, you could make that but still blur it and it wouldn't get fucked by the system.
Yeah.
Now it's like there's
Yeah,
no
can't
way
do
your
it.
channel will
I mean,
literally be blacklisted.
how does Cold Ones survive in that kind of
We
universe?
adapt. We can put it all on
we paywall
Patreon
it all.
instead.
Every 5 seconds there must be a jarring cut.
That's why it's 4 hours of footage cut down to 15 minutes. It's 15 minutes
I
of
can't believe
funny.
it's 4
we
hours.
do still have problems with things and that, but I think YouTube was going down this path where it was becoming more and more narrow with what was allowed to be done, to the point where I would get, like, if I go on my YouTube app and log into my main channel, every single video now is yellow or red $sign because what was okay back then has
It's not
slowly
yeah.
shifted.
Of
Yeah.
course.
And
Yeah.
you still get punished for stuff that they said was fine back then. And that still was narrowing and narrowing for a while. But then I think it started to open up again for a bit. Like YouTube.
They chilled out a little
Yeah,
bit
they made some
recently.
things being like,
they got
yeah,
strict
you can
again recently.
Yeah, but it's weird. It's like they always bend one rule, but then they do both at the same time. They say you can do this now, but now you
And
can't.
it really
do
feels
that.
like if you get on their radar, you just
Yeah.
get fucked.
Well,
Like, if they just want to
that's like one of my fears as well, where I look at the videos, I'm like, you know, what we're doing is okay now, but I don't want to, like, 2 years from now then like do a review and go,
Yeah.
that's it, fuck this whole channel, because over the years we've changed so much. We haven't penalized the content, we haven't like ruined the content, but we've found other ways of doing stuff where it's still in their guidelines, and we're constantly changing. And there's some videos that we have age restricted because of it, which is completely fine. I love you, YouTube. But yeah, it's just like I try to steer away from trying to drink as much on videos because I don't want someone to review it one day and go, well, it's just them getting drunk and getting their cocks out. It's not.
That is basically Cold One.
Only on Patreon.
There is one video you did.
But we're not going to smoke crack pipes anymore.
There's one video you did where you just like ordered like 500 fucking Uber Eats.
Oh yeah.
I remember this video.
yeah.
I was watching this, and I imagine you must have got so many comments being like, "What a waste of food!"
Yeah.
Like,
Well, like, we come from the era of collaborating with How to Basics. That was
True,
already
true.
just like,
and you got the fucking Uber Eats driver to join.
oh yeah,
That
was
like
good.
that's what I mean. You think we just convinced the first guy? We tried like 10 guys before.
Yeah, I
one
can
of those.
imagine. I can imagine.
Yeah, but everyone's like, I
And
can't believe they just
pay them.
convinced.
They were trying to pay them as they put their head into the room, and they were all just so scared that we were
Nah,
going to be like, killed.
I would be fucking scared if I walked in the room, two drunk men with 100 fucking cheeseburgers on the table.
No, there was 100 slices of cheese. Okay, and they were all divided up into separate components.
I feel like those videos never reached their potential of what I envisioned them to be. They just sort of,
Wait, what's the vision?
What's the vision of that?
I just thought it would be funny. There would be funnier stuff that you could
ask them to make or something.
And they were all just like,
But
no.
it was just, it was just every video sort of just ended up. Well, I guess we'll just order 100 of this one item then or something, and then eat it.
And then it also would be 3.5 hours or 4 hours in the recording, drunk. We were like, oh, how many more times do we have to try to get some guy to chop?
Yeah, like when you ordered it, it must have been like 2 fucking hours before it showed up.
There was some good parts in those, like getting people to draw stuff on like the Domino's box and stuff like that. But yeah,
it turned out great in the end. But it's a happy little accident.
It's one of those videos where I just thought, this is fucking insane.
I think it's just more as us eating shit out of like a big trough, like a mukbang almost.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever needed to scrap a video because we got too shit-faced? We can't fucking
We had
use
to
any
scrap
of
a
this.
podcast. That was my fault.
What
Well,
happened?
it wasn't mine. No.
Let's not touch that.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
So
the guest
cut that.
got too drunk, and we didn't record enough, and then I was drunk talking to another guy there, and I was like, I don't want that fucking conversation, Luke. I was talking about Kanye West for an hour, like.
So you're saying that I saw the dollar signs and I was like, we need to shove as much shit up your ass every episode as possible. And last time we filmed, you completely unprompted, because we've got this giant wheel that we put in this.
That wasn't my asshole. That was my
Shut
nutsack.
up!
Sorry.
Shut up! Let me talk. It's a fucking awesome wheel. You spin it, and there's like a punishment on it or something. And one was like rat trap or mouse trap. And I put my fingers in a mouse trap. And then Chad completely unprompted was like, "Oh, we should put my dick in it." And mostly everyone there was like, "That does not sound safe.
No.
Like that sounds like a really bad idea." Anyway, Chad was very, very confident that he could put the head of his penis in the actual thing, so it's a snap on the end of his cock.
And it did.
And no one could talk you out of it, basically. So I don't know why you're saying that I'm.
Listen, the Patreon numbers are down, all right?
Wait, so you put it in and it just...
Yeah, thankfully it caught a bit of my shirt as it was slapping down, so it wasn't as painful. But
But you got flicked in the knob, basically.
But I got flicked in the knob. It didn't hurt as bad as I thought it would, thankfully, but it still fucking hurt.
I love the fact that you thought it would hurt more and yet you still did it. This is unhinged. This is unhinged.
It was one of those
I think if it
nights.
was a rat trap, it could remove the head of the cock.
Just to kill small mice. Okay, you know.
Is there anything you would not do?
Yeah, there's got to be a limit.
Yeah, there must be a limit. There must be a limit.
What's too far for you?
I won't
What's
touch
too
kids.
far for anything?
That's where I draw the line.
That'll never be a tier on our Patreon. I don't think, anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I used to be like all for it, but now I'm a bit, like I was saying, I'm getting a bit older. It's like there's now some things I'm like, I ain't doing that. Like, I'm like, can we change my name already? Yeah. It's getting old, but there's still a lot of stupid shit I'll do. But there is some conversation we've had in the office, like, should we do that? Should we? I'm like, I don't think.
Like what?
Well, yeah, I want to know where have you drawn the line?
Off the top of my dome, I know I've been through like phases. And I'm like, okay, no more buttholes, and then I see the Patreon go down. I'm like, that's it, Max. You gotta here we go again, round 2. But promptly, what started was you wanting to shove it up my ass mostly.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe for a tiny bit. But
now
I
it's
was
a chore, is it?
I was always like, if it's something that makes you actually uncomfortable, it's not something you're not like being poured out.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, like I'm saying, you recently started being like, no, we need to start whoring me out more.
There was like a phase where I was like, maybe we should stop. And I was like, oh, the numbers are going down. Let's do it more. Every episode shows.
But then the numbers just naturally go down.
Yeah, I guess. But we're posting so much on there now. That's another
No, we're not.
conversation. We got like we got a podcast and a gaming series on there now.
Yeah, but how many
Oh,
buttholes
on
do you have?
Patreon.
Yeah, not enough buttholes. Though.
Not enough buttholes.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
We're trying to build out the catalog so then we can finally promote it properly. Because we haven't really given it much promo on the actual channel, but we want to do like a proper. This is what's on our Patreon, a full upload.
There's
but we
people on
wanna-
the Patreon here like, what is this gaming shit? I wanted buttholes.
Yeah.
What is
No,
all,
I
what
think,
is
I
all
think that because it's edited well and it's like a main channel video sort of.
I don't know if it's the same with you guys, but our Patreon is like just essentially like it funds. It's enough money to fund everything. So
Yeah.
we're actually like turning some profit, but it means we can do something or spend something on a video and not think about it because we know we got that
Yeah.
Patreon. coming.
Yeah.
Like for us, our Patreon is just for like really, really big, ambitious projects that we have in mind, and then the podcast kind of just like runs itself at this point. So
Yeah.
it's just like, okay, Patreon for like extra extravagant stuff, and then normal podcast just to keep going.
Well,
basically.
there's a lot of stuff that we have in videos that we'd like to keep in the main channel video, but because, you know, kids and their TikTok and they're like really ADHD, we have to keep videos really engaging from start to finish.
Yeah.
The Mr. Beast method.
Yeah. So there is some stuff that we'd love to leave in the videos, but it's just like there's no way to loop it in and make it engaging because like the punchline leading up to that is a minute of us explaining like, okay, now for this next punchline, Max is going to grab the camera and he's going to, you know,
Shove it up my ass.
Yeah. But we could essentially have a second channel for like gaming and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
want to like spread ourselves on doing 300 different channels like Smosh games. So we're just like,
Yeah.
like,
I think
anything-
if you don't do that right, people get sick of you.
yeah,
Like there's obviously an argument to be made either side. Like Mr. Beast does like as much as possible, but I think if you see someone's face come up too many times, it's like, oh, they've got gaming channel, they've got second channel, they're doing vlogs, they're doing this, they're doing that constantly.
Yeah.
It can run like a little thin. I think there's a way to market it like with what we're doing where people feel like it's an event. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
they finally posted a video.
Because like
that works for
overexposure
us.
is definitely a thing that can happen.
Yeah.
Especially like I feel like some YouTubers brands are like the kind of like the mystique around them. You know, every time I see like a internet historian video, for example, I'm
Right.
like, holy
Yeah.
shit!
It's like everybody stop
Yo,
everything.
stop everything! I am
the
dropping.
king uploaded.
that's it. We just want to have something that we upload and we're like really proud of, and anything else that we want to do on the side. Because obviously we've had the
Yeah.
conversation. Oh, you know, want to make some extra money? Let's do a gaming channel. But then it's just
Yeah.
like, oh fuck it, we'll just put it on Patreon, paywall. If people want to see us kick back, play some games, they can pay to see it.
Yeah,
Again, I will pay to see you drunkenly analyzing anime as you watch
That
it.
we
Bro.
have done similar Patreon videos
Yeah.
where we've it's called Down the Rabbit Hole. We have a series where we just like go on the internet and we just start watching the most fucking
Just watch down the rabbit hole.
just
Yeah.
watch down the rabbit hole.
yeah.
Right?
So I mean, I'll do that next time. We'll do a reaction to an anime episode and I'll
Hell yeah.
start.
Bro,
analyzing.
fuck yeah! I would actually pay to watch that.
Yeah.
That would be
Okay, that's it. Give me your money.
right now.
I'm curious. Do you guys get to like interact with your fans at all, or like?
Well, we
often?
don't do live shows or anything like that. have we?
We've done some videos where we involved them. Like we did a Christmas video where we
Right.
delivered physical gifts
Yeah, I
to
saw that one.
patrons.
Yeah.
And we want to do some more kind of stuff like that, but yeah, because we don't live stream or anything, it seems a little difficult.
Do you get like recognized in the streets often, and like,
Yeah,
people are like,
yeah.
"Yo, get
Yeah.
your dick out."
I think what they say to Chad more that pisses him off than that is, are you the fat guy from Filthy Frank?
But that's like a joke on the channel, so I don't know if they're saying the joke.
Well, yeah, it's kind
Yeah.
of now become this blended thing where we started making fun of that. Where it's
Right.
like, oh, it's the fucking fat guy from Joji.
So,
And then
so
and
when
now
someone
it's
says
like,
it,
are
I'm
people
like,
saying that because they think that we think that's funny, or are they actually just saying that?
That's all I know
is
about
most
it,
of your audience Australian or
No, it's American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's just by the size.
So- yeah.
It's just you can't really.
I think most English-speaking
yeah,
channels.
yeah.
Are just like that.
That's just
Well, yeah, because I
natural.
guess that Australian's probably second, right? Because like mine's
It's like
US
tw-
and
oh, maybe
British.
Canada.
20. Is it 20% or something for Australia? It's
not
okay.
that.
because mine's like
check.
Australia. I think ours is like in general. I think it's just like US then UK.
Yeah, US, UK.
Oh, that's right.
and then
UK is our second. Sorry, and then I think it's Canada. Then
Oh my
Australia.
god, no one in Australia watches. I guess.
Yeah.
Well, there's only
Slightly
26
fell
million
off.
people who live here.
Yes,
How are we
80.
gonna sell this?
Yeah,
fucking
United
alcohol?
States
Yeah.
48.2%, United Kingdom 11.8. Oh, now Australia 9.3, then
Hey.
Canada 6.7, then Germany.
Oh,
2.3.
Germany's, yeah, always.
It's just the
Sweden,
buttholes. They're
Netherlands,
into
New
buttholes.
Zealand.
Yeah, they're into the
Yeah.
butthole.
Buttholes are big in Germany.
So, what's your opinion on America? Have you been?
Fucking hate America. I fucking hate Americans. I fucking hate LA. I fucking hate California. Americans should all
Fucking Yanks.
What are your reasonings?
Do you know when you see a meme where you're like, oh, Americans are like really stupid, and I'm dumb. So this is like coming from me. This is like the kettle calling the pot black. Like I go to America
Kettle
and
calling
I'm
the
like,
pot fat.
okay, you guys are fucking stupid. Like really dumb. Like your education system, everything about this country is fucked, and everyone there's like, freedom. We got our freedom, and it fucking exists. Like people like that exist, and it blows
getting
my
cut.
mind.
No, we're putting this in. We're leaving this in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not our decision anymore. It's out of my hands.
We'll leave this in.
But, no, but there's great places in America. I love Texas, which is weird that I just went on that rant.
That's
I
like
said I
the
love
most.
Texas.
Yeah, that is
Yeah, out of everything you
the
just described,
fucking
Texas is like
That's the
that
freedom
place.
state.
I think California's left like a foul taste in my mouth because it's the only place in the world I've been
Too many liberals in California.
where you can walk down one street and it's the top 1%, and then you walk past the next street and it's just pitch tents and like
Skid Row, right?
Skid Row and
Yeah.
shit's on the street and it's everywhere. It's such a like shit city, and people say how much they love it. I'm like, oh, and like other YouTubers like, yeah, I love living in California. I love it here. I'm like,
Actually, every YouTuber we met has just said like, yeah, I don't like living in California.
Yeah,
that's because they're not rich. If they're rich YouTubers, they live in the hills. And like, oh, I love it up here. I'm like, yeah, you're above the smog line. That's why you fucking like it, because you can look down on the poor people. like
You can also sort of see there's just no soul behind the eyes.
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
they're talking to you.
They kind of always like looking past you, not at
or
you.
through you.
Or
so-
through
and
you, right?
You tell them your followers is under a certain amount. They're like, oh, okay, well, have a good day. See you later.
It's legit like an Android or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Americans and America, just such a beautiful country that I've been to some places. Where it's so nice. It's
When we're just
actually
done
beautiful.
saying like, yeah, this is the biggest like portion of our viewers.
No, we
I
always
mean-
ride on Americans. We make fun of
But
them.
I feel like the
yeah.
people that watch us would also be like, yeah, I fucking hate my country too. Like,
Well, I think the thing with that is people often see content like that and they don't ever associate it with themselves. They're like, oh, but I'm like the good one.
Yeah.
I get what he's saying. That's so true. I'm not.
Wait,
I'm not part
So,
of
what do you think about Australia then?
that. It's alright.
let's not get political.
Okay.
It's all right.
But I think that's why Filthy Frank was so popular with some of the stuff that he would criticize as like a bit. Everyone who was literally part of that fan base, which were the people that he was making fun of, were like, that's so true, but that's not me.
But he was making fun of those.
Yeah, so it's like the
yeah.
weeaboo stuff and all,
Yeah.
you know, it's like,
Yeah.
What does mean a lot of weeaboos who are watching him and referencing him, quoting him?
Yeah.
I still to this day see people like doing Filthy Frank things, and I go to their Twitter profile, it's an anime picture. I'm like, don't you just see
anime's
the irony?
cool now though. Anime's
It is.
cool.
Yeah, anime's cool now, apparently.
I mean, it's kind of cool. There's still very much different sects of the anime community that definitely are not cool. Like, I don't know. It's also mean to clown on anyone who has an anime profile picture, especially if it's like a cute anime girl or something.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball fans as well.
What'd you say?
Dragon Ball fans.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I'll happily
Yikes.
clown on Dragon Ball
I'm
fans.
not like that. Like, I fucking
I'm
love
not like
it.
the other Dragon
I'm
Ball
one of the good
fans.
ones.
You know,
I'm one of the good ones.
You know, I love it. I just love the simplicity, and I love like I've been working.
That's
out
what they
again.
all say.
I've been working out recently, and I go on YouTube and I search Dragon Ball Z workout, and it's like Goku giving his power-up speeches, and I'm like, that's fucking me doing the extra 2 minutes on the treadmill, bro. Like, that's my power-up.
Bro, you need to get into
2 minutes?
You need to get into JoJo then, man. If you need some
Oh,
like.
you'd fucking love
I like the
JoJo.
music.
That's exactly how it goes, yeah. You got it.
I just want to know if Kid Goku got through that AIDS.
He literally had AIDS in the timeline. He had a heart problem. He had heart AIDS or something.
Yeah, it's canon.
In
and he,
future,
Not every disease.
I have
is
saying AIDS.
does it kill you slowly? It's AIDS.
yeah, I mean it's and he lost. He lost
In the in one timeline.
in the timeline. He lost, didn't he?
Yeah, that's when.
Well, you know what's fucked up? They could have erased AIDS with the Dragon Balls, but they didn't.
Shenron, my wish is get rid of the AIDS.
That's on that bottom of the to-do list. First, we need to revive Goku.
We need to get Krillin back.
What the fuck?
Holy shit.
Is there anywhere in the world that you haven't visited yet that you?
Oh, heaps of places.
Because like one thing I've noticed is that obviously like it's hard to travel anywhere here in Australia because you guys are so fucking isolated.
I don't mind the long hauls, but now they're a bit harder. You know, getting fatter. So, but there are a lot of places that I haven't been that I like to be, but I feel like I'm getting to a cynical age very quickly, where I'm like, I fucking hate cities. I hate random people on the street fucking talking to me.
You need to go back to that little fishing place.
That's where I want to go. I literally
Countryside Japan is your calling, dude.
When we say endgame, I want to, launch Grog, and I want to just like make just enough money to be like, okay, I don't have to worry about anything ever again. I want to go to a fucking country like in Iceland or somewhere like that, and just like get 10 dogs, farm. I always talk about wanting to like farm, and
I would love to be isolated if I had good internet. That's like the one thing.
Yeah,
Which I think is possible nowadays, really.
my dream is like self-sustained farm, where it's like minimum work for me, but I have people that live there and do it for me. And they just no, I pay them, but they grow weed on the side to make extra money.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that sounds alright.
You know what I mean? And just like a little hub. I think we always joke about, wouldn't it be awesome if we had like a YouTuber commune where we just
we just kind of like the clout houses, but it's literally like a commune, like in a fucking.
That'd probably actually do well.
It would, because it'd be
cool.
cheap. We'd be able to set up giant warehouses with studios in it for 1/10 of the price.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you want to be a YouTuber? Come to the fucking Cold Ones Ranch.
Get a house on the block
So we
out
got
in the middle
tiny
of the
homes.
forest.
Cold Ones Ranch.
I'd love that. I'd fucking love that. Fuck the hype house. Fuck these LA Cold
Kind of
Ones
sounds like
Ranch.
how Epstein started, though.
Okay, Cold Ones Island without the kids.
Okay.
What the fuck?
What a high benchmark.
But
You guys dig holes and then jump head first.
Have you seen that meme where it's like YouTuber when he gets 10 million subs with like the divided paths? And it's
shitty music career.
Yeah, it's like shitty music career or fucking molest a child. not that bad.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my
But yeah, Endgame would just, just enough farm.
A farm.
And then
you should buy some like land in Japan because it's actually like incredibly easy.
See, here's another argument to that. I don't want to
Well,
be
it's
labeled
cheap.
as that guy. Like,
What do you mean that guy?
That white guy that wants to go to Japan.
You're not the first, and you're not going to be the last. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's like, I saw another, speaking of memes, we were just talking memes. I saw
Yeah.
another meme the other day, and it's like a neckbeard, and he's in New York, and he's looking at all the New York buildings, and he's like, capitalism scum. And then it's like, and then it's him in Japan. He's like, oh, Japan. And it's all the same shit.
That's true.
But I don't want to be that guy. Like, I can get a farm anywhere I like. Preferably somewhere with low tax brackets.
Right.
Iceland.
Okay.
And that way I'm like free to like do whatever we want and not be worried. Like, obviously I'm worried with the changes of YouTube of it all just coming to an ending because our channel gets striked or something.
You gotta diversify what you can't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, I swear, like, I think you guys having a Patreon is like a fucking massive like safety
It's the
net.
only thing that's kept us going. Yeah,
Right,
that and
right.
Gamer Subs. Eric from Gamer Subs has been very generous
Daddy
to us.
Gamer Subs.
What's the code?
The code.
Trash.
We don't
Have
have
you
a
got a
do we?
Think of trash taste or trash.
You don't fucking know that you have this
We
shit on
don't
your
know.
set all the time.
Yeah, haven't you guys been drinking? you know they told me that you guys are like one of their biggest sellers for the waifu cups as well.
It makes
Well,
sense.
of course,
That makes
we're
sense.
the anime podcast.
Yeah, so,
right?
I mean, I don't know why you guys have a code. Like,
They probably do.
We do. I just.
Yeah.
It's on the screen right
It's
now.
product placement,
Yeah,
so
I
we
know.
don't say it.
Fuck.
you guys.
Oh, that's why they sell so well. It's so natural.
Yeah.
I just love drinking out of
Drinking out of
that.
So it's
paid
like,
for it.
yeah, it's just like one day, and then that way, once I've got everything I want,
Yeah.
I'm a simple man. I don't want
Yeah.
my fast
Just
cup.
a few $1 million.
Just a
Yeah.
fucking
I'm
$50
a
million
simple
farm.
I'm just
Not
I'm a
that
simple
much. I
man.
can get one for
That's
like 800.
self-sustainable.
Just a few slaves.
And 1,000 employees.
No, I can get it for a pretty good price. And I don't want a flash car. I drive a Nissan Cube. I'm a simple man.
How about we just turn our patrons into farm hands?
$100 tier, you can come live on the farm and work for free.
Pay us $100. You
can
get
work
to milk
for
our
free.
cow for us, and we get to keep the milk.
Yeah. You pay $100
And the
to
money.
work for them.
Yes, that sounds good.
But that's essentially what PewDiePie did.
I reckon that's where Mr. Beast is
In
heading.
a way.
Yeah.
That's what R. Kelly did.
I reckon Mr. Beast is heading to the like Amazon type town sort of shit.
Amazon town?
The fucking Bezos had. Remember, you don't know about they basically just had a whole thing that turned into everyone that worked there.
Oh, that's what
Amazon
Mr.
or
Beast
I think he
says.
already has that, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he
no,
lives
yeah.
in like
Mr.
Winston-
Beast is going.
No, I think
Yeah.
Jimmy actually does have that.
What?
Like he has like a cul-de-sac
What?
apparently.
Oh, that's a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Oh, you're
No,
talking about like
Jimmy-
a whole
Oh,
town.
this is gonna be Beast City.
Beast City.
Beastopolis.
I think like the whole team has like an entire row of like houses that they
Yeah.
all like rented
Yeah,
out.
that makes
and
sense.
It's made like a small village. I'm talking out my ass. I'm making this shit up.
It sounds plausible.
From from my knowledge, and once again, don't quote me on it, he does have a massive property with just warehouses on it.
Yeah,
where they go there and it's just a ranch of warehouses and they film multiple videos at the same time and all the way.
He was ahead of the meta, man. He knew ranches is the way to go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cold One's
Is there any content that you want to do in the future? Like
that you haven't done yet?
Not like buying like farmland or whatever.
We were gonna go to Japan, but
Japan.
we've done something else related to traveling, which isn't out yet.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we completely forgot.
Max is like, oh,
Shout out to Prezzo for taking 100 years. I think 6 months he's had the footage for. But we're cooking a video where we do want to get out of the studio and travel more and
Let him cook.
Do alcohol
for 6 months.
He needs to stop cooking.
He needs
Take
to
it out of the oven, bro. It's burning.
And we feel that sometimes we film a special when it comes out like 8 months later or something like that.
We definitely don't have that right now.
We definitely don't have that problem as well.
8 months, like a year.
Oh yeah, we've had one for a year. Yeah.
Oh, that makes me feel a lot better. Prezzo, take your time. You're good. Yeah, you're good, bro. Make sure you just add some more season.
Oh my god.
There are other stuff we've talked about doing, but you know we're moving offices at the moment because we're getting a bigger office.
Yeah.
Setting up a new studio. We're hiring new people. We've got some new editors starting. So our goal is to video a week, and then be able to do stuff outside the studio, travel-related videos. We want to do a video where we go to Japan, and I won't spoil.
Obviously, there's a lot of things we could do in Japan from Cold One's standpoint. There's like so much,
dude, it's
so
like
much
a gold
interesting
mine of content for you guys in Japan for sure.
Yeah, it'd be fun to see.
I want to recreate the Logan Paul vlog.
Oh, no.
Start to finish, frame by frame.
Look, we've worked
we should get the hat. We should wear the fucking little Toy Story hat.
And we should hang up a mannequin in the forest.
Maybe not that far.
Guys.
Just one scene where we're like, we're going to Japan and we have that hat on. That's like an homage, you know? Filming an actual... filming an actual body, that's too far. Sure.
No.
But... funny?
No,
not funny.
Bad idea.
Have you guys seen the conspiracy videos where they're like, that was scripted because the wind was blowing in this direction on that day and the body was swaying this way?
That sounds like the people talking about the moon landing was fake. This Logan Paul body video is fake.
Who gave it enough force to give a fuck?
That was so many years ago as well. Jesus.
Yeah, and it's still I still feel like we're feeling the effects because
if he had like made a full like turnaround where he's actually a legend now and he's like
he
cool
just
guy.
Can't stop fucking up.
Yeah, he can't.
God, he was so close over to a redemption.
Yeah, and he's like bunch of crypto scams.
Crypto zoo shit.
Which pisses me off because I know he made
again.
Yeah.
He's totally fine again. Everyone's just like,
He's in the WWE
it's fine.
now.
Yeah,
He's got
exactly.
a drinking problem. So that makes me feel so good. Like I can't get cancelled. Like if that guy's still fucking surviving, you know what?
All right, well, we just had to cut something.
If he can get away with all the shit he's done with like that, like I remember I used to wake up every morning with this idea. I'm getting cancelled for something that I did last week. Right. But then, now I wake up in the morning. I'm like, you know what? If he can get away with that, there's no way I can do.
This is how evil starts.
But he is evil. That man is evil.
So you're like, I could be evil.
Yeah, Chad.
I'm saying I can be stupid.
But I understand that the point you're coming from is like, why should he be able to get away with that?
Well, yeah, it's frustrating because you're like, man, why should I have to hold myself to any standard?
Exactly. But there should be more things. There should be better things holding your morals in place than what the next guy can get away with.
It's not about what I can get away with. It's like I obviously will do or say something, and I have in the past, and I've looked at it like you said, when we're looking at old videos, we always go, oh, I wish I never did that. I can maybe get in trouble for that one day. I feel really disappointed in myself. But I do have that thought where I look at stuff I've done in the past and go, I'm really disappointed in myself. That's not me anymore. But then maybe I will get in trouble one day because the internet does like to nitpick you apart.
It's not even just that times have changed and people don't like to...
I know. But my point is, if I ever got in trouble for it, like 10 years down the line, because the internet likes to bring up, this is who you were. You're bad for being that person.
Yeah.
I know you're completely different now, but fuck you. It's like, if he can get away with scamming people and like double down and going, fuck you guys, you deserve to get scammed. You shouldn't have invested. Then I'm like, man, there's no way I can get in trouble for saying the stupid shit I did.
Well, I think
I can get in trouble, but
I think the reality is that just times fucking change, and a lot of people who complain now about people's like previous like behavior, whatever the
Yeah.
shit, are soon going to realize 5 years down the line
Yeah.
there's going to be some shit that we're doing and saying
Yeah.
in this day and age that's not going to
But,
be socially acceptable in 5
yeah.
years.
The
And
thing,
yeah.
sorry, finish what you.
yeah, and
finish
there's
your
going to
thought.
be like some kind of clip or some kind of tweet
Yeah.
or Instagram out there, and they're going to realize, oh shit, I was part of the cycle. 'Cause this is. This is a fucking cycle.
They're at the
day.
stage in their lives right now, I think, for the most part, where it's like they are either not old enough or not experienced enough in life where they've made those mistakes themselves.
Yeah,
And they
exactly.
realize that and, you know, making mistakes and learning from it, you know, years down the line and changing through that is just like a natural part of fucking growing up.
What sort of pisses me off though is people don't even acknowledge that times have changed.
Yeah.
Right.
They're like, you said or did this, but it's like, I said or did that because at that time I was pushing the envelope only a little bit, and it was like it was maybe a little bit edgy, but it was now obviously fast forward to here, and that's so far behind the line.
Right.
Yeah,
where it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not something I feel I should need to apologize for a lot of
Yeah.
that stuff. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
things have changed, and you don't like to admit.
Because
that
it's like
times
at the
have changed.
time, it's like, how were you supposed to know
Yeah.
that it was going to go in the direction
Yeah,
where
exactly.
it's like it's not cool now? Like sometimes
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
kind of like figure it out just from like how societally, you know, things are changing.
Sure.
Yeah.
But then there are a lot of times where it's like, how was I supposed to know that in 20 years' time this word is bad now?
But a lot of the people that are taking those risks are making things which made them something because they were willing to take those risks.
Right.
Yeah.
If they were super sanitized for what everyone's saying, you should have stuck to this fucking script. They wouldn't have got to where they are. You wouldn't know who they were because they haven't taken those paths to.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and now people that have survived that are people because they actually did look at their past. They're like,
Yeah.
okay. But
Yeah,
then there are people that double down, just like kept doing
but
it,
I think-
and they're nowhere to be seen now because
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
people should be able to look at it and go, okay, I acknowledge that times have changed. I don't necessarily like apologize for what that was back then because things were different, but I understand how culturally things are different, and that's
And
you
so
know,
I
it's-
won't do it again.
Yeah, or like I think it's better for me to go in this direction now,
Right.
and I'm supportive of this or that,
Yeah.
and like we're all evolving together, and we're all in this together. Yeah, but like Chad said, there's probably people who go the
Oh,
opposite.
it's really weird to me because the internet, like, they strive for change. Like, all these movements are about change, and then they
Yeah.
find someone who has changed, who has already acknowledged what they've done in the past is stupid, and they've gotten better, but they still go back to the past. To people that have changed, like, fuck you, like, I'm gonna ruin your life for something else. I'm like, you're advocating for change. I've changed. I've acknowledged that, but you're
Yeah.
still getting mad at me. Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck
people
do
are
you
not
want
very
from me?
forgiving.
Yeah,
online.
yeah. It's
They,
just
they
like
don't,
money?
yeah, they don't want.
What do you want?
They don't. It's not what they think they want. They
Yeah.
want to fucking criticize.
Which is
They
why
don't actually want that person to.
Yeah, they'll find any excuse to just like tear down that person
Yeah.
because of a personal agenda or whatever it might be. Even though, as you said, like they want you to change. On the surface, but
Yeah.
then they still go out of their way to like dig up old shit and be like, "Ha, see, he was bad."
And that's why I just want to farm
yeah.
with.
Don't want to think about it.
with people on there helping me with it. With some weed growing on the side, you know. That's what I'm talking about. No internet out there. Try.
I want farmers that won't dig up my farm. They just look at me for who I am.
What a poignant way to end the episode, I think.
Yes.
Yes. Wow, this was a
This is a
shit
fucking
show.
You know when
Exactly as I expected.
Yeah, you know when I said we don't normally have to cut out things in trash taste. This is probably one of the few episodes where
It's testing the limit.
there's going to be a Patreon version
Yeah.
for this episode of Trash Taste.
So hey,
everyone.
go check out the Patreon version by going to patreon.com/trash taste.
check it out.
Also follow us on Twitter, send us some memes on the subreddit, and if you hate our face, listen to us on Spotify. And yeah, we'll also be on a Cold Ones episode.
Yeah, that's probably going to come out
around this
before
time.
when this episode comes out.
No.
Or when this episode's coming out.
Ours will take so long.
Oh,
Well, eventually it'll
eventually.
come
I
out.
don't know if this is a part 1 or a part 2, but this is part of a 2-parter.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we're going to be more intoxicated on your set.
And we're gonna get
in
real political.
just a sec.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for coming on, guys. It's,
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I got you guys gifts that I forgot to give you.
Wait, really?
Shit. Oh, okay.
Now I feel like an asshole.
Oh, they're not. Oh, yeah, they're not. They're not really that good of gifts.
They're from both of us.
Okay.
Okay. If you want.
They're from Max. They're from Max.
I just wanted to make the set look more like from home, you know.
Okay.
All right.
Oh no. What? Oh my god, what is this?
Oh, we got some fucking hentai.
Why do you have so much hentai?
What? What? Wait, what do you have
Mood
so
on, you're probably
much?
gonna.
What the fuck?
What do you have so much?
Why do you have so much?
I thought maybe you probably.
did you
I mean,
get
I'm
this
taking this
from?
home. Either
It's
way.
got, I think it's from Mandraki or whatever.
Yeah, Mandraki.
You ordered this online?
Oh, so much of it. There's a
All right,
massive.
mood on. This is going to
Why
be
did you
blurred
order so
anyway,
much of
but
this?
You don't
this
wanna
is.
know.
This
I
is
do
the,
want to know.
No, you don't
This
know.
is the selection that
Yeah,
we got.
hell yeah.
Do you guys know what any of this shit is? Like, what is that?
I used to buy some of this.
You
Yeah.
fucking weird. Oh my god.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll let you hold
fucking
on
weed.
to
Let me
it.
read that.
Oh, I
I'll
thought
let you hold on to it for now.
Oh no, it's all yours.
Is this something?
No, this is a big
is
Joey.
This
Can
something
you
you've
hold
had
my
in the
palm?
house, Max? And your
Joey,
wife's
hold
like,
my
get it
palm.
out.
Yeah, I'll take it.
How do you have so much? Wait, it's just.
Damn.
Oh my god. That's fucked
Look at
up.
this one.
What the fuck? What?
I thought this said MILF Hunt for a second, but it says Milk Hunt. Milk Hunt.
All right, before we get demonetized, we're gonna end the episode. Thanks for watching, guys.
What do you fucking Elven eyes see, Chad?
Man, there's some fucking weird looking pussies in this.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.